What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing, where we kick back, relax, and enjoy the night as it passes through. And we talk about the fun fights that took place the weekend before. Um, First and foremost, before I even get started, I would like to say, as you can see, it's scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. Um, we lost a family member in this YouTube family. When it comes to boxing, one of our members that had joined the family, joined the channel, uh, Irv H, aka lovingly known as Dank by my brother Gil Coles. We just want to give a few seconds of silence. Okay, now that we can give our brother Irv H, aka Dank, a few moments of silence, we're gonna keep that scrolling across the bottom just to show our respect for him, and we're gonna have a good show. First in the house, always, and salute, Trey X, my brother from another mother, always acing. When it comes to those numbers, man, I just don't know. I'm bewildered and amazed at the way this young man's mind works with numbers and how he looks at the situations and breaks them down mathematically to apply to what it is that we do in the back streets. uh, Much respect. This weekend showed a lot of people a lot of things, and it also Moody Trayweather in the house. What's going on, Moody Trayweather? Salute. You know what? Before I even start running my mouth, I'm gonna just take my time and let the family fall in and salute everybody as they come in before we really get deep down into talking about what it is we're gonna talk about, which is a must that we speak about. You know, the picture that's on the screen right now, Terence Crawford and Israel Madrimov. I've heard a lot of the experts. Uh, I heard a lot of the experts say, I'm about to jump on. Okay, bro. Okay, you know the door is always open. Always. I've heard a lot of the experts um, making statements about Crawford and Madrimal, how Crawford wasn't ready for Canelo, and I even heard some channels call the man trash, which I'm like, you got to be strictly crazy in your way of thinking. But you know, everybody is entitled to their opinion. I feel like I saw a good fight, a decent fight. Also, I want to touch on the man that a lot of fans are clamoring or were clamoring for a rematch with Javante Tank Davis, Pitbull Cruz. He went and, unbecoming of himself, he went out as he always does and swing for the fences without a jab against Rayo Valenzuela, who kept a jab in his face and controlled the distance throughout the whole fight, which if there was any time to say someone was exposed, I would say that would be the time. He couldn't get himself going because Rayo kept that jab popping in his face and he kept him at bay for the most parts of the fight. Also, in boxing this weekend in the heavyweights, we had Jarrell Big Baby Miller going against Andy Ruiz, which two heavyweights slugging it out. Um, it is heavily believed by many that Big Baby won the fight. Andy did break his hand, from what I'm understanding, but I don't need to see a rematch. Also on the table, upset alert. What is it? Jarrell Anderson. I don't want to mess up his first name, so I just say Big Baby Anderson went out there and got touched on repeatedly by what some would say looked like a big slow guy, but he was connecting and he stopped Anderson, put him on his backside 3 times. It was quite something to see. So we're going to talk about all those things, as I said, and get our chill on always. We got Gil Coles in the house. What's going on, my brother? Salute, OG. Appreciate you. You know it ain't nothing but love, man. We had our conversation. I just figured I would like to do something, you know, So there it is. We're gonna let that roll all night till we done. Other than that, it's been a lovely week. I got some things going on. I know I let you guys know that we had a COVID upset in my house, a scare in my house. You know, it's still going on. My father-in-law is still fighting it. He's about 2 weeks in now, and he's sitting right at 80 years old. But I tell you what, man, the OG is just that, an OG, because he ain't slowed down a bit. You know, he does complain a little bit when he get to moving a little too fast, too much. He'll get a little dizzy, but other than that, it don't really seem to be affecting him. He going about his day and everything, no problem. So now that we got all that out of the way, it's gonna grow as it goes. Did I miss anybody before I get started? I think I went across every fight that I want to touch on. Oh, I got a chance to read an article. Let me see if I can pull it up and show you guys that my brothers, y'all know that my brothers that are here, they in the Discord with Turkey Al-Sheikh put out a statement. I don't know if it was a tweet or whatever, but he put something out. Y'all give me a chance. Let me give me a second to pull it up. I'm gonna go into let me go into the Discord. That'll be the fastest place I can find it. Now I just bring that up. So give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up because I want to make sure everybody sees it for what it is. Because you know some people gonna start trying to run with a whole nother kind of quote about it, a whole nother statement. What the hell is that? Okay, so Turkey Al-Sheikh puts out, just wrapped up an important meeting, with my team, planning for the upcoming fights that we will be making for the 2024-25 season. I decided to disregard the Canelo fight. Now, right there, the disregard the Canelo fight. I know we're gonna have to touch on that because a lot of people gonna make everything but what it is. He said, as I don't want it anymore. And I'm gonna give my opinion real quick. I think the reason you don't want it anymore because the price tag is too big for it. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, I saw him on the interview with Flay. What's his name? Sway in the morning. Yeah, Sway. He was on there, and Canelo was talking about maybe a little less, 150, and they like 150 million. You know, they laughing and stuff like that to fight Crawford. But you know, anyway, it is what it is. Canelo getting away with what he want to get away with. He said, I would be focusing on the U.S. market with bigger fights, especially for the legend Crawford. Additionally, I would support making fights for Boots, Haney, Shakur, Ortiz, Anderson, Benavidez, Zepeda, and more. Regarding Tim Tszyu, there's something unclear with the communications from his team with our team. So I believe I will reconsider his situation. And for the rest of the world, definitely, I'm focusing on Riyadh season on the Riyadh season card. Wembley edition, 21st of September. That's around my birthday time. AJ versus Du Bois. And depending on the results of Riyadh season's opening card, Bivol versus Benavidez, Beterbiev, on the 12th of October, I will build a card for the rematch of Fury versus Usyk on the 21st of December, and another big card on the first quarter of 2025. Stay tuned. Now, in my opinion, that right there has got to be given a lot of regards because the Sheikh is saying he trying to make it happen. He is trying to make it happen, and I'm looking forward to seeing if he pull it all off. As far as my brother Crawford go, I just tell him, you know what? Canelo ain't the only person that you're gonna be able to make some money with. You can make some money with these other fighters as long as Turkey Al-Sheikh is in the building. And speaking of in the building, I got Trey X joining me on the panel. What's going on, my brother?
Salute. What's going down, man? I'm sitting over here. You already know my routine. By the time you come on about this time, I'm full of that weed, and I'm ready to talk some boxing. What's going down?
Shoot, you know what it is. Moody Trayweather said Pitbull versus Jose.
Yeah, that was our plus 650, huh?
Oh, that was the wrong. What did I call? Oh, he corrected me because what did I call him? I thought I said Rayo.
Yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was messing up.
Yeah, Jose Valenzuela is El Rayo.
Okay, that's what okay, El Rayo Venezuela. Anyway, I saw the fight, um, remnants of it. The jab kept Pitbull at bay because Pitbull just, in my opinion, I hate to use this term, but one-dimensional fighter. He swing for the fences, steady come forward and just try to knock you out or hit you hard with every punch. And Jose stayed composed, didn't let it bother him, took some half steps back, kept cracking Pitbull with the jab to keep him at bay, caught him a couple of times with like some check hooks and stuff. He boxed a well-committed boxing fight against Pitbull.
Yep, that was a basic pedigree scale pick. You got a 3.5, 50-5 ringside national champion, gold medalist, going against a guy that was contending for national championships in Mexico with a 73-15 amateur record. So I had basically a 3.5 going against a 3 or a 2.5 type guy. So it was just a basic pedigree scale pick. They had the 2.5 or a 3 as the favorite, a big favorite. So shit, I told you we just gonna light some money and light some money on fire this week and just jump out there. And El Rayo went out there and handled that business, man. Salute to him because he saved the weekend. We was 1-2. I mean, 1-2. We only got 1 out of 3. We got that one right. We lost Big Baby, and we also lost Madrimal. So he went out there and saved the day.
Actually, he did. He saved the day like a mug. And dang it. Right out the gate, I forgot what statement I was about to make. Moody Trayweather said fighting off the back foot was impressive from Rio. Also, salute to D-Lo 404 Boxing, who just slid into the building.
Salute.
Yeah, he went out there and did his job, and he worked his craft against the man that everybody, unless you was under a rock, knew he was going to come straight forward and throw haymakers. That's what he's done in every fight. And let me give Ryo a little more respect on his name, because I don't know what I was thinking. He's the guy that dropped Colbert and lost, and then came back and slept Colbert. So salute to Ryo again for taking the belt up off of Pitbull. And I want to hear what the Pitbull fans are going to say if they're going to be still talking about rematch for Tank Davis.
I want to see him versus Matias next. They both at 140. They both coming off a loss to a slick southpaw. Let's put them in there together. And let's hell yeah, that's fireworks. Ain't nobody gonna take a step back. That's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Who gonna come out on top? I think that's one of the best fights that can be made in boxing. They both some emergency type guys. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I want that as the next fight. Pitbull Cruz versus Subriel Matias. That's what I want next.
That would be you. Pitbull swinging for the fences. Matias swinging for the fences. Somebody gonna go to sleep.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure nobody going to sleep. They both extremely tough and extremely durable. Who the fuck gonna knock out Pitbull and he got a football helmet on? You know what I'm saying? I done already seen Matias off in there with some hard punches like Petro Sanayan, for example. That's who he got his first defeat to. He also just took a loss to Leon Paro, who can also punch. He showed that when he went out there and knocked out Montana Love. So yeah, these guys are tough, man. They've been in there with punches. So I don't think nobody going to sleep, but I think they're going to war.
Yeah, you know, you can always hope. Hyphy done joined into the jump. Oh, and Eric R is also in the building. He screams out family. Salute to you.
Salute.
And then I got Hyphy, which I have to thank you for always putting up some good art for me to as we have our conversation about boxing and everything. Hyphy in the corner, even though he be running us crazy sometimes. He say Rayo's trainer too smart to lose to a fighter like Isaac.
He got one of the best trainers in the game, got one of the best stables. I can only imagine the type of sparring that Rayo was getting at that gym for this fight. All that motivation around him, top level pedigree type people around him and shit. They all working together, pushing each other. And plus they already saw the blueprint because Pitbull Cruz, he went out there and lost to Giovanni Cabrera. and that was a southpaw who was about a 3 on the scale, depending on how you look at it, because he was a Chicago Golden Gloves winner, and plus he went and fought for a national championship in Mexico. So depending on how much credit you put on that, about a 3 or a 2.5. And Pitbull Cruz had trouble with this guy. So now you got a higher caliber version of that guy in El Rayo. And I knew that was going to be a tough test for Pitbull, but a lot of us did. Salute to my nigga Joseph Brown. He was talking that shit. Yasa, he had El Rayo on the Champ Ross. My nigga D-Lo was talking that shit, talking about El Rayo. I think he had him on the Champ Ross. He put a bet down with us on El Rayo, 6.5 to 1 odds. So
What?
I think we pretty much had that fight nailed.
Oh, we used a nice, good jackhammer to make sure it was driven through. Joseph Brown in the building. Salute MZ. Salute Trey X. Salute back at you, my brother.
Luke.
Say, is my mic coming through okay?
Yeah, it's coming through. Every now and then I hear like a little break, but for the most part, it's smooth.
Oh, and I wanted to let y'all know Trey X, Mike Henney, Gil Coles. This is a new power mic that I've been using. I forgot to tell y'all that you guys helped me get it. I don't use that little snowball mic no more. I got a power thanks to you gentlemen.
Already.
So I want to let y'all know that whatever y'all did for the channel, I actually used it. You know, I use this mic here for the show and lay vocals down. I really like this mic a lot. It's got a nice stand. Enough about that. I appreciate you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, you know what, Trey? Because you right here right now, and you were the person that always say all that old switching stances is gonna get somebody ass whooped. They just switching for nothing, cause switching cause it look good. And you made a statement one day that had me laughing hard because you said Big Baby Anderson one day gonna switch and somebody gonna knock his ass back into that other stance.
No, I said it happened in a fight already. He was southpaw, and then they hit him with a 2-3 combination and knocked him out that stance.
Well,
what I said.
That
was a preview of what happened this past weekend.
I was just gonna say, but Coley went out there. I did not realize how big that man was. That man was like looking down at old Anderson. And just go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's kind of hard to tell the size advantage when you see the fighters do a face-off. Because, like, when they did the face-off, he didn't seem like he was that much bigger. But you got to look at the fighters once they get in a stance. Because a lot of the time when fighters get in a stance, they look a lot shorter than what they really are. Like Demetrius Andrade, for example, he's 6'1", but once he get in his stance, he look 5'9", 5'10". That's why when he got off in there with David Benavidez looked so much bigger than him, even though they're about the same size on paper, 6'1". So Big Baby Anderson, once he got off in his stance, and Bacoli got a more up top type of stance, kind of straight up with it, he looked a lot bigger than Anderson. Arms a lot longer. Anderson had trouble catching up to him with the jab and shit. Like, he was in front of him throwing jabs and feints, but he couldn't even reach the man. When I seen that shit, I knew he was in trouble. And he went out there and got the hell kicked out of him. Fucked my money off. Hell, that was my big bet. Ooh. I bet the biggest amount on that fight. You know what I'm saying? He went out there and fucked me off. But at the same time, I knew that this was a tough step up in competition. I said that the minute that they announced the fight. I just went on the road with the scale because I got a bona fide 3.5 going against basically a 0. A man that don't have no amateur background. But he a natural, though. That's why he got wins over Tony Yoka and Sergey Kuzma and Igor Shevardusky and all these guys. He is a natural. And I said it was a step up. My nigga Napoleon talking about it was going to be easy. And it definitely wasn't easy.
Not
he
easy.
went out there and got his ass destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And I feel kind of dumb about it because he had shown signs of mental weakness already. You know?
The Roy Jones interview.
Up there crying and all that kind of shit. You know, so I think I'm going to put that off in my repertoire moving forward. I need a man to be healthy, physically, mentally, spiritually. I need you to be on point. I can't be putting my money behind motherfuckers that's crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize for fucking our money off. We'll come back with something.
Always come back. I never have a problem with thinking that we're gonna come back. Shoot. I take a loss, I double up, and then I run it back.
Yeah.
Uh, he's Eric. Oh man, Eric, I'll be having it. But Coley versus Big Baby Miller look more like Melvin versus Baby Boy if Mama was at home.
Yeah.
Melvin in there cooking grits. I mean,
Yeah.
eggs with a time. Man, that was crazy as hell. Get your naked ass out the kitchen. What you
Yeah.
doing?
It feel like a cautionary tale too, because like Top Rank is very good at developing young fighters. So you got somebody like Turkey out of Sheik, he come along waving that carrot in front of you of a major payday. So that payday is enough to convince you to deviate away from the development strategy from Top Rank. So he moved up too fast in class, and that shit showed. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a young prospect and Turkey out of Sheik come with this big fight for you, you might not be ready for it, man. They say all money ain't good money. You might
True.
need to stay with your developmental plan instead of being rushed to a fight like that too soon. I always get on my boy Eric R talking about the fighter ain't ready, a fighter ain't ready. Well, I think that's some evidence that Eric R might have been right. Like some fighters, not all fighters, but some fighters, they need to be put in them positions when they're ready. And if you look at all the outside the ring stuff, like he running from the police, he crying and all that kind of shit, I think he showed his evidence that at least physically mentally, he wasn't ready for this situation. Because ain't no way in hell, like let me say, when I make picks, it's very rare my picks get done like that. So that was definitely an outlier. Like I don't see 3.5 bona fide ranked number one in the United States get done like that. That's rare, especially against a man with no amateur background. And we done already seen Bacoli in the ring with a guy with a deep amateur background, and Michael Hunter. And he had all kind of problems. Went out there and got stopped late in the fight. But when you get off in there with Big Baby, you go out there and dominate him. So yeah, that was an outlier for sure.
Yeah, he did make mention. He did make mention that he knew that he would be able to catch Baby with some shots. All he had to do was just time him and drop him right. I caught him saying that on in one of the videos. Forgive me for not paying attention to the channel that I be watching when I see the video, so I can give them their props. I'm gonna have to work on that. But anyway, it was that was it the first thing they caught him, was it a left hook or a left uppercut? The camera angle that I saw, Baby's back was to me, and he when he got caught, you see his head snap, and he just got wobble legs and went down like a little tree. Boom. He got up, I thought he was trying to fight back and make an account for himself, but a lot of his punches fell short because he just couldn't get into the distance. And old boy knew it, and he just kept on throwing whatever he wanted to. And Baby messed around, got on the ropes, and caught a couple. One knockdown happened so fast I didn't even see it. The one before the last one, before he got stopped. But now that he's had a taste of winning and he's had a taste of losing in such a fashion, you done got dropped 3 times and they stopped it. We'll see how it comes back. What he really made of. Will it shatter Anderson and what he is, or will it make him stronger? And he started doing like Daniel Du Bois. He might could take a page out of that dude's book.
Yeah. I think he already was fragile anyway. So I'm not confident that he gonna bounce back strong. One thing I've been seeing in boxing though, like I be seeing fighting, like the fight game go through seasons. And right now, everybody in their uppercut bag. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But Coley, he was in his uppercut bag. Lee left uppercut on the motherfucker. That's what dropped him where he just collapsed. Lee left uppercut. El Rayo was out there putting them uppercuts on Pitbull. Terrence Crawford out there putting them uppercuts on Magic Mouth, doubling up with the uppercut and shit. That shit was pretty. I done seen a bunch of fighters with the uppercut. I remember Tank Davis with the 3-6 combination on Frank Martin. Right. Fucked him up with the uppercut out there. You know what I'm saying? Like if I sit here long enough,
about to sit down.
Yeah, if I sit here long enough, I can give you a bunch of examples where they've been in their uppercut bag. And that's the season we in right now, the uppercut. You know what I'm saying?
The season of the uppercut.
Hell yeah.
Joseph Brown added in. He said Big Baby got timed perfectly. The game plan was done to perfection by old boy. Team uppercut. Uppercut was the money punch all night.
Well, that first one, he said that he was looking for the switch so he can put that right hand on. Just like Joshua when he fought against Francis Ngannou, as soon as he switched, right hand, bow. And that's what Cody was waiting on, that switch so he can put a hard shot on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't no Terrence Crawford, man. We've been trying to tell you. D'Lo said Ennis might be up next out there fucking around with all this switching and shit, thinking you Terrence Crawford, when really Terrence don't even do it like that, to be honest with you. Like how much of the last fight was Terrence Crawford orthodox? He came out. Go ahead.
I was going to answer your question, which you was about to go ahead and put it, but he only stayed in the orthodox stand for maybe a minute.
Maybe a minute, huh? I was thinking about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a minute, something like that. And for the remainder of the fight, the other 46 minutes in the fight, this man was southpaw. So if you really gonna be like Crawford, nigga, don't fuck around with it. Let's go all the way. This man don't go switching back and forth, nigga. Once he switch southpaw, he's a southpaw. So if you're gonna be like Crawford, let's be like Crawford, nigga. Once you switch southpaw, stay there. And dominate.
That's right. Not only that, Crawford been in southpaw so long, so much, today even got him in his write-up with
Box
Rec and the snack program, because I was reading on him over there too. He labeled as a southpaw.
He's a southpaw, man. Yeah, they don't even know what they looking at. They thinking Crawford just this guy that's out there going back and forth and stances. That's not what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers dumb. That monkey see, monkey do. Just like Floyd Mayweather with the shoulder roll era. Everybody want a shoulder roll. Now,
flip.
Crawford is definitely the fighter of this era, even without the accomplishments. He's the fighter of this era because he's the fighter that everyone's trying to imitate now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen this era where we got so many southpaws, and on top of that, we got so many people that's trying to switch. This is most definitely the Crawford era because he left his mark on that shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. And that's without the accomplishments. Throw the accomplishments in there, and it's most definitely the Crawford era.
That makes it solidified pretty much.
Yeah, that motherfucker, he made a fan out of me on this past Saturday. I know he's been getting some flack and all that kind of shit, but when I see people go against the grain, like he just went out there and beat a very dangerous opponent in a different type of fight than he fought against Earl Spence. Because Earl Spence, you got a dude that's trying to dive bomb up in that motherfucker, and he went out there and countered and lit his ass up. In this fight, you got a guy that want to come play chess. So he played chess with the motherfucker and out-chessed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really like a Mayweather. Mayweather one of them guys, like you'll see an opponent that's about to fight Mayweather. He go out there and throw 70, 80 punches around. He go fight Mayweather and throw 30 punches around. And that's that effect that Crawford had on Madrimal. Madrimal go in there and work. He got in front of Crawford and hardly want to throw no punches because, you know, this dude going to light you up with the counters. So that's straight up Mayweather effect. He made the man punch output decrease from his average. And I thought he went out there and beat the dude like 8-4. I ain't even mad at 9-3. Madrimal definitely gave up the first 4 rounds. Crawford out there working on me. Madrimal landed some good shots. He was there. He obtained 44% of the available points. So he went out there and did his thing. Salute to Madrimal. You know what I'm saying? He gave us a little chance. But at the end of the day, he lost. I felt like Crawford was the better man, the smarter man. More accurate, more punch variety, better body punches. Coming from a southpaw, that's not easy to do, but I thought he put together a great performance, man. It made me a fan of him. Salute to Crawford.
Yeah, salute to Crawford. Salute to Crawford. Dare me say that he kind of fought the fight that I thought he would fight. You know, I thought he would move around and use distance. When it was time to get into him, those body shots was ridiculous. Crawford has an uncanny way of throwing body shots, either in an angle or straight up and down. And by his arms being so long, which he did use that to his advantage, I think quite well. It kind of reminds me of David Benavidez when he throw body shots. They really don't lean to him; they just throw them, and they seem to stick right up in there. And Madrimov, he showed Crawford that he showed the world that, hey, it's hard to get away from the right straight that I'm throwing at this man right here, because Crawford ate quite a few rights, some good solid ones. So he showed me that he's tough and he could take some punches. He didn't lay it down. He didn't change up his game plan. He kept working the same way, even though the fire was coming back at him. As you say, let's see what they do when they get hit. I think Crawford's counter punching and the speed of his hands kind of surprised Madrimov, which also played into him not digging into his bag and just going all out. I felt like he was so much of a Mayweather effect. He was kind of stunned by what he was met with right out the gate when it was time to try to attack. And he spent a lot more time trying to figure out, how do I get in here without catching these shots?
Yeah, I thought the lead uppercuts was pretty too from Crawford. I love that when I see the opposite stances going against each other. I always bring up when Earl Spence fought against Kell Brook. Kell Brook was leading off with that left uppercut against the southpaw. I thought that shit was pretty. This was the same situation, but it's mirrored. You got Crawford, the southpaw, going against the orthodox, so he stepped in with the lead right uppercut. I actually posted a video in Discord showing an example of this situation. It was two bare knuckle fighters, and one was the orthodox, one was the southpaw. That orthodox stepped in with their lead left uppercut and came back with the right hand and dropped him. That shit was gorgeous, and that's the kind of shit that Crawford was doing, stepping in with their lead right uppercut, and then he find the angle, lead right uppercut, boom, he out the door. Then found the angle on your ass, he gone. Exit stays right. You got to go find him and look for him now. You know what I'm saying? Like it was some nice shit, man. I hate that he getting flack for in my opinion, his best win of his career. He just went out there and beat a fucking 4.5 in his first fight at 154, 10-ounce gloves for the first time, coming off a layoff. The guy is young and in his prime, a fucking young lion. He 36, about to be 37, and they giving him shit for it. That's one reason why I can't stand boxing fans. Like, I done got to where I literally can't stand them. All they do is complain, bitch, moan, and groan. That's all they do. Like, they complain about Turkey out of Sheik now. I saw a boxing writer complain, talking about there was too many fights on the card. Too many good fights in one place. If you want to complain about the Eminem concert, I'm with you. I don't give a damn about no Eminem. But how you going to put a bunch of good fights together, all of them delivered in their own way, in my opinion? I don't remember not one dud on the card. You know, we got a big surprise from Andy Cruz. He went out there and got a stoppage over a pretty tough and durable guy that had been in there with some good fighters. Big Baby Miller and Andy Ruiz, I guess you could say that might have been the weakest one. You got this guy coming off a 2-year layoff and all that kind of stuff. But it was still pleasantly surprising to see the performance from Big Baby Miller. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't get tired that fight.
He didn't get tired. He came in shape. He came impressed. We thought he came to win. Turkey out of Sheik, Turkey out of Sheik thought he won too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He did, because, Andy slowed down. It looked like Andy got tired. Andy got caught. He hurt Andy a couple of times in that fight.
Yeah, but I think he should have pushed it a little bit more. It was too many times he let Andy get out first. I just wish he would have pushed it and been first more often. You know what I'm saying? But, I still thought he did enough to win. I was good with the Rayo and Pitbull fight. I thought that was a good fight. Bull against the Matador, like a classic type of matchup in boxing. What other fights? David Morrell, I forgot about his fight. He was the one that underperformed in the fight, even though it's not too surprising, though, because the guy that he was in there with, he can fight back. A lot of people thought he got robbed against Marcus Brown, and Marcus Brown is a very credible opponent. The only person to stop that guy was Better Beef. And if Better Beef stop him, you can't assume the next man gonna stop him, because everybody ain't hitting like Better Beef. So I'm not even surprised that Morrell had a little trouble with this guy, because the guy was light on his feet. He had a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was fleet of foot, will o' the wisp, had a little jab on him. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much just as big as far as the height and all that kind of shit. So
Dimension.
yeah, I ain't surprised he had some trouble with that guy.
All right. Well, before we go any deeper, I want to go ahead and announce that we got Fight Yo Fight, aka Duquesne, aka the social scientist, aka the mayor of Atlanta. The man got more names than a giraffe got spots. He on the show tonight. And then we got D-Lo, Sports Talk. My brother, the voice of reason. Salute to you both.
Luke,
Hey, what up? I just want to make sure I'm coming in sounding decent tonight.
Now you sound like R2D2.
yeah,
Again, the high
You
sound
sound
now.
like you might be straight. Yo, yeah, you straight now. You straight.
he still sound
Okay.
computer generated, but
Damn.
we can make out what you're saying though.
Well, y'all let me know when my shit calm down.
Oh, you
Yeah,
calm?
yeah,
We can hear you.
we can hear you. It just sound kind of computery, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good though.
Okay. Well. First and foremost, before I get started, let me say salute to Irv. I ain't know the brother well, but lost to one in the block fam is a loss to all. And my sincere condolences to Gil Coles, friends with that man over 30 years. That's always a hard loss. So, like I said, man, my condolences before I even get started.
All
But
right.
I want to say I was disappointed personally in Madrimav's performance because he didn't go out there and fight his fight. He went out there like he was scared to engage with Bud, which was not the fight that I was looking to see. That's not the Madrimal that I pay to see. I done went around telling everybody, "Hey, this motherfucker, he a killer." Then he go in there fighting, with all this monkey ass movement, like he just trying to survive or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't appreciate that. During the fight, I said it looked like he was fighting to keep the belt, and then he said the same shit after the fight, and then he talking about he deserve a rematch and all this shit. Man, no. And you gave away. Well, you didn't give away. You got your ass whooped in the championship rounds. So ain't nobody trying to hear all that rematch stuff. Um, what else? Like you said, the body shots from Crawford was real nice. Crawford was landing combinations. I ain't seen Madrimov landing no combination. He was landing one punch at a time. He was landing the straight right. You got to give him that, which I said Crawford was susceptible to because Madrimov know how to leap in, and Crawford is susceptible to them leap in shots. So he kept landing that straight right because Crawford would not get out the southpaw stance. I felt like Crawford was more in control of the fight. Madrimov was just kind of doing what he could. Uh, yeah, man, I was just disappointed in Madrimov in that performance. Like I want to. I don't like to see Madrimov as a champion. I don't want to see Madrimov the champion no more. I just want to see him trying to get a belt, but I don't want to see him win. Like I just
Wow.
don't want. I don't want to see the Madrimov champion no more. I don't want to see him defend the belt ever again.
Can I make an argument for Madrimal? And D-Lo, come on
Go,
back, man.
I got one for him too.
Come on
go
back,
ahead.
D-Lo. First off, your favorite fighter is Terrence Crawford, right?
Yeah, my favorite 154 pounder was Madrimov.
Right. But here's the thing. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to the opposition that these people are facing. Maybe this time of all times, like the Terrence Crawford effect, you might as well call it this his era. He has made everybody that stepped in the ring with him up until this point second guess themselves, pretty much. The guys that we considered was gonna go out there and really do what they gonna do. Earl went in like bro said, dive bomb, and he got his ass toe off the bone because, as you spoke about, Crawford had been practicing on that kick, that hard jab and moving off, and it worked perfectly. Tonight, not tonight, but Saturday night, they had a game plan that they worked with. He countered, he boxed, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. We talking about unknown numbers for him on the pedigree scale because he was cheated in being able to finish his pedigree journey. But in all lights, Madrimov got caught with a couple of things that probably wasn't on point. But I wouldn't say he didn't fight his fight. He just fought the fight that got dictated to him, and he couldn't get over that.
Well, I was gonna
Okay.
say, yeah. What I was gonna say is this is not unlike what I've seen time after time with Mayweather. You got a guy that throw 60, 70 punches and get in front of Mayweather and throw 30. It's just when you get in front of them type of technicians, the punch output usually decreases from the opponent because it's not a clear type of puzzle. And then like with Crawford, he done actually improved in my opinion. Like I go back and I look at some of his old fights. That type of opponent, I mean that type of Crawford looks a lot more approachable than the Crawford that I see out there now. With the with that type of rhythm that he has out there. That type of rhythm, it looks like you shouldn't be running up on that shit. And you need to be careful and try to get him out of position. I'm serious. And then Crawford up top. Like he not the type of dude that's going down to lower planes and shit with his head and all that kind of stuff. So if you the type of guy that likes to do that, like the jab to the body and all that, Crawford right there up top looking at you. Like it's not many opportunities for you to have Crawford completely out of position. So I can understand the hesitation from Madrimov in that. I guess we could say just throw caution to the wind and just go out there and just jump on the motherfucker. Don't care about what you got to go through. I guess we could have that type of mentality for him. I mean, if he would have done that, I wouldn't have been too surprised. You know what I'm saying? Just go in there and just be reckless and just be recklessly violent. But I understand what he was in front of. Like he was in front of some complex looking shit. Some shit that's gonna make you do a bunch of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I think you've been a little bit hard on Madrimov, and I won't be surprised if he go out there and whoop the absolute shit out of whoever he fight next. It's just that he was off in there with one of the best fighters of all times. He put hesitation in his heart, made him put his hands in his pockets a little bit.
Hey, I want to say that right there, if y'all remember that Ricky Burns fight in the commentary from that Scottish dude, it was kept talking about how Ricky Burns, he just not throwing his punches. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
kept going on about how Ricky Burns just didn't look like himself. And that's because Terrence Crawford made the guy put his hands in his pocket. So,
Exactly.
but Madrimov though, it's like he didn't even try. He came out with all that shit. He didn't even find out. Maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe Crawford hit him with some shit and he was like, nah, I ain't finna jump in on this guy. But it's like he never even decided, yeah, I'm gonna put something on this dude mind. I'm gonna just back him up. He never tried. So I
See,
don't
but
know.
the thing is, we don't know his game plan exactly. His coach might have told him to go out there and feint this guy early, and
Yeah,
that's working to the fight, which I think is a mistake because I typically see Crawford the most susceptible early in the fight. So if you're gonna
right.
jump on him early. But he seemed to be a disciplined guy. His coach gave him credit for listening and all that kind of stuff. And the way that he was purposely fainting and stuff so much early, I think that was part of the game plan. You know what I'm saying? So I think his coach needs to some of this blame too.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible he was trying to give Crawford too much to figure out. Because I mean, Crawford didn't throw a whole bunch of punches his damn self, so maybe he's trying to give him a different look, trying not to be figured out because Crawford is a downloader, as they say on him, ESPN. So I don't know. That could have been part of it too.
Yeah, a lot of the guys with the deep amateur backgrounds, them Eastern Europeans, be big on the fainting. The approach that he took was not much different than the approach that Haratunian took when he fought against Shakur. If you look at them early in the fight, they look pretty much the same in front of the southpaw, doing a bunch of fainting. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't surprised to see that shit.
Yeah.
Dare I say,
Hey,
I'm gonna throw this out. I want to make sure that D-Lo say something. Maybe he watched the fight of Earl Spence and he saw what Terrence did to him, and maybe he was thinking, I ain't going out there and run into nothing. I'm gonna be smart and box my way in, and that didn't work.
Yeah, and then his
well,
coach got a lot of respect for Crawford. So I'm pretty sure all of that's part of the thinking. Like he know who he going against. Like this motherfucker Crawford, he the best fighter in the world, man. He'll counterpunch your ass if you running there reckless and all that kind of shit. Like I'm telling you. It's because who they were fighting. Put him off in there with one of these other 154 pounders, and if he do the same thing, okay. But if he go in there and look totally different and let his hands go and a lot more confident, I think that's who Madrimov really is. It's just that he went against an outlier and Terrence Crawford, and we saw a different version.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm gonna hit the comments real quick.
No, but for real though, before you go back and look at some of Terrence Crawford older fights, like when he fought Lundy and shit like that, and look at his rhythm. And I want you to compare that to the rhythm in the Madrimov fight, and tell me you don't see a difference.
He
Even
fight calmer. You
yeah,
can see it in the Earl Spence fight, really, because that's where I noticed. I was like, damn, he fighting so calm. He don't look worried about nothing. And when he was gliding across the rope, and Earl was trying to body work, and he was protecting his chin while he was going out the door. I'm like, that's what I saw looking at him. So I'm like, yeah, because back in the day, he wasn't that. He was adept, but not that adept. When he was fighting Frank Lundy, I know they'll probably say because he was mad and trying to get him out of there, but he wasn't as tuned. He was kind of a little like he missed a lot more than what he does now. He didn't change up the speed as much as he does now. It's a lot of nuances that he didn't do back then that he does now that I've noticed.
yeah, it looked like he didn't ascended. He didn't went from Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4 out there or some shit. I thought it was also interesting because he said somebody tried, like one of the reporters asked him, was Madrimov his toughest fight? He named 3 opponents that were tougher than Madrimov. I only remember 2 for some reason. That's Gamboa and that was Mean Machine. To me, pretty much.
He said Benavidez too.
Benavidez was the other.
Okay, Benavidez. Okay, Benavidez was punching back, so I could see him saying that. And Gamboa and Mean Machine hurt him in the fight. So I think that's why he said them. I don't think he got hurt against Madrimov. I think he took them punches extremely well. There was some that landed good, but I didn't see him wobble or nothing, not one time. Like he looked completely in control. So I think it's interesting that as he's getting bigger, his punch resistance is improving. You know, he ain't getting hurt and shit like that. So
No,
yeah,
he
man.
not.
Yeah, salute to Crawford, man. He a bad motherfucker, man. He like a Mayweather. I put him on that level.
This is era. What's up, D-Lo? I'll wait till you talk before I go to the comments.
What's going on? Y'all hear me okay?
We hear you.
Yeah, I got this fan in the background. I'm sure y'all hear that too, my bad. And want also say, rest in peace to Irv H. Started off like that. But with as it pertains to this fight, I heard Trey X saying, a lot of people, being very critical of the guy, and he, pretty much got, what should be like one of his most respectable wins of his career. You don't typically get guys at this stage in their career taking on young challengers, or going up challenging a young champion in a new weight class right out the gate like that. Even when we talk about Andre Ward, he wasn't this late in his career because I think Ward was retired by the time he was 36. But when Ward went up to 75, he had a couple filler fights. I mean, he fought some respectable guys, but he had some filler fights and acclimated to the division before he really jumped into the teeth of the line. So, I got to commend the man on that. As far as the performance, I saw a lot of wrinkles, in the fight that, to me, show a certain level of class that Madrimov, couldn't rise to. It was just, Terrence Crawford was just on another plateau. And I think the dude, as the more he got into the fight, the more he realized he was out of his depth. But, the way that fight started off, man, that looking that he was doing and fainting for, 4 or 5 rounds into the fight, that was just, that was mind blowing. He even Terrence Crawford, he made Terrence Crawford's volume go up because somebody had to fight. And, so Crawford was throwing 30, 35 punches around at times because one wasn't coming back. So he just, he kept punching. and Madrimov spending more time slipping and fainting, but he wasn't really throwing nothing back. He wasn't doing enough to win the rounds. So I mean, you had a situation where Crawford would stop at times trying to bait him and let him throw himself into harm's way, and he wouldn't take the bait. And maybe that was part of the strategy. But if Crawford wouldn't have been the aggressor, we wouldn't have had a fight. I mean, that's the way it looked, because when Crawford wasn't aggressive, wasn't nothing going on. So I mean, to me, for that guy to come out of this fight complaining, talking about he felt like he did enough, but at the same time admitting that he held himself back, but then talking about what he would do in a rematch. No, that wasn't no dress rehearsal. That was your opportunity. You dropped the, you know what I'm saying, you dropped the ball, and now it's back to the drawing board, and that's just what it is. He went out there, he got beat up over the course of 12 rounds. They made Crawford switch gloves because Crawford's team had an issue with Madrimov's gloves. So basically the only agreement that Madrimov's team would go with were, well, they could put Crawford in the same thing I'm wearing, because they refused to change their gloves. So that's what Crawford did. So he went out there with those Grant gloves that he never wore in a real fight. And he didn't get the stoppage, but I mean, Madrimov looked worse than anybody I can recall in recent memory coming out of a Terence Crawford fight. So the power was definitely there, and his being gun shy told me a lot about, he felt Crawford's power as well.
Okay.
One thing I
So
will say
Hey,
about,
hey, go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to add this real quick. One thing about Madrimov is like he got a lot of experience with the amateur background that we highlighted and stuff, but he actually never had the experience of fighting on that type of stage. And the more that I think about it, man, his start to the fight could have been nerves, because that's a big event right there. Like, that's one of the biggest events of this year, nigga. They got fireworks blowing up in the motherfucking sky, nigga. All kind of Eminem concert, all kind of shit. Like, I think he would have a little bit different perspective if he had that deep amateur background that ended with an Olympic gold medalist or even a silver medalist, where you done been on this big stage, you done fought in front of the world. I think that's better preparation for that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Crawford, he done been on the big stage now. He done been on the big pay-per-view fighting against Earl Spence. He more adapt to that type of situation. That was Madrimov's first time on that type of stage, and I think that might have got to him a little bit too. I ain't making no excuses for him. All I'm saying is I think that was part of the equation. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to say.
man, that's a hell of a
I just
point,
want to
because
say,
go ahead, Decane. I'm
my
just
bad, man.
no, go ahead. No, that's my fault.
Hey, I just want to say, speaking to D'Lo's point about Crawford's power, I know in the Discord I posted that final hug in round 11, but in the last 50 seconds of round 11, Madrimov clinched 3 times. The first time he got hit with a body shot, the second time he was catching the combination, and the third time he caught another combination. So people talking about Crawford didn't have no power in this fight. That shit just sound crazy to me, because I sit there and watch that. That's when I called him Barney when we was on the Discord, because I'm like, this dude done hugged 3 times in less than a minute, and that wasn't the only time he clinched in the fight. So, I mean, Crawford's power was definitely there, and something else that D'Lo made me think about was that Madrimov, people saying that, oh, he ain't ready for the Canelo fight and all of this stuff, but I mean, Madrimov was just very difficult to fight. That people talking about Crawford was exposed and all this shit, but the way he was fighting, it's like, how you supposed to time some shit like that? Yeah, it's like a wild ass pendulum that's just all over the place to catch some shit like this. So I mean, it made Crawford have to be a little bit more hesitant too. And I want to pat myself on the back, because I remember everybody was saying that Crawford was going to stop Madrimov, and I was like, well, that sounds crazy to me. But, hey.
Yeah, I felt like the fight was gonna go the distance though. It's hard to stop guys with that type of pedigree and mentality. It's very difficult. You know what I'm
It's
saying? I
also
Yeah,
didn't
hard,
pick Dreamoff. I picked him by split decision on the Champ Ross.
it's also
word.
hard to stop a fighter that don't really want to engage too.
Yeah, that I had to say that I was wrong about the reasoning because I thought Madrid was just gonna come in there and be fighting like hell, but hell, it really was because he wasn't engaging.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a little bit more ferocious, but he came to play chess, man. He got belief off in his skills and shit. He can get you out of position, and I think he did get Crawford out of position a few times and land a few shots. So I think he had some belief in that, but he just underestimated that. He off in there with a Bobby Fischer type motherfucker.
Right.
As far as the chess game go, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I like to see that from Crawford. Like I could if a dude want to run in there and straight scrap, I can trust Crawford. If a motherfucker want to get off in there and play chess, I can trust Crawford. Like I appreciate that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like as just a pure boxing fan. I know some of the boxing fans just want to see pure knockouts and violence and all this kind of stuff. Okay, that's what's up. But I definitely appreciate the more scientific side of things. You know what I'm saying? So that was actually cool to see. That was my favorite victory of his. It really was. Like he had a dude that's coming in hot. He just knocked out a 5 back in March. All the shit I've been saying. That the reason why I picked him. And shit, he went out there and overcame all that shit. You know what I'm saying? On the official scorecards, he was 12% better than that guy. And he coming off a layoff, he the older man and all this kind of stuff. Shit, I can't do nothing but respect it. And in my mind, I think I thought he was a little bit better than that. You know what I'm saying? I had him. I had to fight about 8-4, so I had him pretty much, 33% better.
So you agreed with the 116, 112 score.
Yeah, that was my scorecard.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I was at with it too, man. Hey,
Hey, I want to say, go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna get this out and then I'm gonna go quiet for about 10 minutes. But yeah, one thing about it, if Crawford really showing, how cerebral of a fighter he is. With all the skills and tools that he got, I think the biggest attribute he got is he's always in there thinking. And it shows in the way he puts his punches together. I mean, we like to see an elite level fighter not get hit with the same punch, several times in a fight. But sometimes that's a strategy type thing that's going on. Hey, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I hear some kind of noise. I thought it kicked me out. But anyway, even if you look at the Spence fight, that first knockdown in the Spence fight, Crawford went to the body. Right after that, well, before I say that, let me say this. A lot of people going into that Spence fight that were critical of Crawford, they use something that I think is a attribute or a benefit of Crawford, and that's that dog. They were using that to say, his dog is what's gonna get him stopped against Spence. That's gonna get him hurt. They was like, if Spence hits Crawford with a big shot, Crawford gonna try to get his leg back, and that's what Spence gonna get him. Well, if you look at that first knockdown, Crawford went to the body. Spence tried to go back to the body on Crawford, and then Crawford hit him with a shot and dropped it. So, it was almost the reverse of what they were saying would happen. But but when you look at it, in looking at it back after it done happened, you know what I'm saying, you could kind of see that almost as if Crawford throwing his body shot to say, I'm gonna throw this body shot. If he throw a body shot behind it, I got something for him. And that's the way it went. Not saying that that's what went on, but I mean, looking at it, you can almost speculate that was the logic behind. Like the body shot was intended to get a reaction, and he got the reaction he wanted, and then he responded to that reaction with what he wanted to do. But I'm gonna go on mute for a while, man. I'm still listening though.
I'm gonna hit the chat real quick so I can catch us up. I think I should pick up on Joseph Brown when he was saying MZ. I was saying that live when I was watching that. He was timing Big Baby. They worked on that and it was clear. Speaking on the Bacoli and Anderson stoppage, I think I agree with you 100%, Joseph Brown. Moody Trayweather. Bacoli punches were faster than I thought they were going to be. Yeah, I'm sure he surprised Anderson too. by his stance, he does kind of stand straight up like he fights like a tall fighter. And I noticed a lot of his punches when Anderson would try to lean down, he was still sending those chopping punches after him. So he actually was letting his hands go, regardless of what Anderson was going to do. And being a longer fighter,
but Cody might be the one fighter that say he can't get big fights because he been knocking niggas out in the gym, and he was telling the truth. That's what he said. He been knocking everybody out in the gym. He can't get no fight.
Ain't that a bitch? The one that maybe this glance on this card, maybe that'll give him a little more exposure. Maybe Turkey out of shape might say, you know what, that Bacoli dude might be something else. We might be able to get him against Joshua Fury. I won't say Usyk because I think Usyk after his, I don't know how much he might have in him, but I don't want to change off on that. Eric, Rod X, he said, "What's up, my people? I'm sorry that I got to you so late. Salute to you."
Salute. I had to go out there and put my boy in the pack last week. I ain't just do real good in the John Ross myself, so I ain't gonna just say I'm smoking on that Rod X pack. I'm gonna say I put him off in the J though. I got a little J of that Rod X. Smoke that shit.
Zigzag, huh?
Yeah.
No Diddy.
I do him off in one of them cones.
Speaking off of what the Kane just said with the no Diddy. Man, tell me why they killing Jay-Z then with these little cartoons that's on YouTube with the ghost of the Diddler chasing him around with Beyonce. It's crazy. It's funny. It's funny to me because I know what they making fun of. Eric R say that ass whooping concerns me. I hope that trauma doesn't that ass whooping concerns me. I hope that trauma doesn't do to Big Baby what it did to AB, where he puts a mental ceiling on how much he willing to take in the fight.
That's exactly what's about to happen. They both from Ohio. He got a style just like AB, if you really pay attention. It's just AB don't switch, but besides the switching, they fight the same. I always said he like a heavyweight AB. So I think he gonna be another AB.
It might be in the water.
I don't know, but I think he gonna be another AB after that ass whooping though.
Man, I'm telling you, he gonna have to take a page out of Daniel Du Bois fight. I mean, it's a page out of him. He got stopped by getting punched in the eye a lot. He didn't cry. He came back and fought and kicked somebody's ass twice.
Who you say again?
Oh, I said he should take a page out of Daniel Du Bois.
Yeah.
Out of his book, because he got stopped by getting punched in the eye a lot.
Yeah, but Du Bois ain't never been done like that though. Who done Du Bois like that?
Well, they ain't just knock him down 3 times, but they didn't even stop the fight.
Bro, this man got ragdolled in there. He got hugged the fuck out in there, bro. That wasn't a normal knockout loss. I mean, did you see that lead left uppercut Bacoli hit that man with and he just collapsed?
Yes.
Like that was an expose. If nothing else, he ain't got no chin. Like, bro, when I see you getting hit with single shots and getting dropped like that, I ain't talking about motherfucker put a combination on you. I'm talking about one shot. And it wasn't even with the strong hand. It was a lead left uppercut that dropped him like that. He ain't got no chin. He ain't got no chin. None. You getting dropped with single shots at a time. Like, nah. He ain't got it. He might need to go ahead and retire and go and get out the way. For real.
How old is he?
I know he's young, bro, but I don't see no good shit down the line.
Wow.
I don't. Who you gonna beat?
That's deep.
I'm just saying, who you gonna beat? Put him off in there with Derek Chisora. And who you got?
Not the War Horse. Don't put him in there with the War
But
Horse.
he a journeyman, though. He really technically a journeyman. He just a high-level journeyman.
Not right after this loss, though. No, you find somebody else.
I'm just saying, before the loss, put him in there with Derek Chisora and who win. You're supposed to be able to beat Chisora. He's the measuring stick. All the good fighters beat Chisora. And I think Chisora will go out there and whoop him. That motherfucker that Joseph Brown picked over Tony Yoka, he'll probably go out there and whoop him. big baby. And you're not supposed to be losing to these type of guys. You ain't got no chin. Put him in
Well,
there with Joe Joyce. I got Joe Joyce. Like,
you
who
better
you gonna
tighten up
be?
that defense then. You got to protect that chin.
He got some knockout losses on the way on his future. I respect him for fighting back though. He showed hard, but
Yeah, he
I
didn't
ain't
lay
got no
down.
belief.
He didn't lay down. He kept fighting.
He
Well, he
kept
laid
fighting.
down, but he got up and then he fought some more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But typically he didn't lay down. Eric also said Bud fought an amazing fight this weekend, master level. Yeah, he did, man. You know, I give him all this props. I don't feel so bad now. You know, this week people said that he whooped me scared me straight. But you know, it is what it is. Joseph Brown, he
And
said,
look, that motherfucker got the backing of the current most powerful man in boxing.
Turkey.
He
I
got
called him
Turkey.
Legend Crawford.
Exactly. He said, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate on putting some more fights in the 154-pound division for the legend Bud Crawford.
Yeah, because we ain't got time to be screwing around with Canelo just being greedy.
Yeah.
He
Pricing
said,
yourself out and shit.
yeah.
Against a 154-pounder, you trying to price yourself out.
Why
You
would you
didn't
do
make
that?
all them demands when you fought against Charlo, but you want 150 to fight Crawford. Do he remind you of Mayweather? Shit, we seen what he made Madrimal put his hands in his pockets. It ain't out the realm of possibility. He make Canelo put his hands in his motherfucking pockets because
Yeah.
he already showing signs. Like right now, you want 150. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, I saw him on Sway's Universe, and that's exactly what he said.
Exactly. I
He said, I
saw that
usually
too.
don't like to fight with guys like him because he move around. But I'm like, oh, come on, man. Like, you
He
scared
having
to fight
Mayweather
somebody who move?
flashbacks.
Yeah, shit,
That
Bivol.
arm lean. This
Yeah,
boy here a killer too. He thinks. He beating everybody up different ways. He making everybody tuck their hands. Oh yeah, this is a Mayweather flashback totally. 150,000. 150 million if you want me to fight Crawford.
yeah. And he already had Bivol out there with some good legs too, so he ain't like that feeling. So yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want no smoke.
He waking up out of sleep talking about what? No.
Yeah.
Berlinga, where are you? Where are you? Yes, that's the fight. That's the fight. That boy Eric also said, I just knew Rayo was gonna fold to the pressure. No, not when you know, what's exactly coming. And you know, Rayo ain't no sissified. You know, he ain't no punk. Put some respect on Rayo's name. You seen what he did to Chris Colbert? He dropped him in the first fight. He's supposed to win because he was really dealing with Chris Colbert. Colbert talked that noise, came back and got knocked out. When he hit the rope, he like rolled over, like, yeah, I ain't comfortable yet. So yeah, put a little respect to it, Eric. Put a little respect to it.
He was in a totally different camp when he lost against Edwin De Los Santos by stoppage. He was over there with David Benavidez now. Now he over here with Robert Garcia. And that fight with De Los Santos was southpaw on southpaw. So that's a lot more volatile situation. His fight against Pitbull was southpaw against orthodox. So that's a lot more conventional. So that's what gave me belief that he could go out there and handle that situation. If Pitbull was a southpaw, I probably wouldn't have felt that way because short southpaws are one of the hardest things that you can fight against. You know what I'm saying? But him being an orthodox fighter, one-dimensional, shit, 6.5 to 1 odds. Let me go ahead and put some money on Rayo.
And Rayo looking down on him.
Yeah, and a naturally bigger man. That was another factor for sure.
Hyphy speaking on the David Morrell fight, he said David was getting outboxed some of those rounds. He looked like the better athlete, but not the better fighter. That just means, you know, he get a little more seasoning on him. If they move him up the how you say it, they move him up the rankings with a better fight each fight, so he can build on what he needs to build on. I'm pretty sure he'll get there and he'll start looking good like he was when he first in the beginning. It's you know, the competition gonna get better, so things not gonna look the same, but you know, it's gonna bubble up. The cream always come to the top.
He is not an emergency fighter at 175. That's what that proved. David Benavidez proved he's not an emergency fighter at 175 in his last fight. They both fought some respectable guys in their 175 debut, and both of them went the distance. So, and both of them fought guys that been knocked out by Beterbiev too. So that's a hell of a measuring stick. That's a real knockout artist at 175. They done both fought his leftover fighters, and both of them won by decision. So that tells me that 168 is the division for them to be them emergency fighters. They different at 168. That's why I want to see them fight at 168. Them fighting at 175 don't even
It's
intrigue
not
me
as
the same.
entertaining.
Yeah, it's not the same type of matchup to me. I want to see them where they emergency fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I think they both need to go back to 168 if they can still make it comfortably. If not, they go to 175, and once they step up in class, I think they're gonna start having problems. Put Morrell against Anthony Yard, and Anthony Yard got some activity up under his belt because I know he don't fight that much. Shit, I think Anthony Yard got a good shot, even though that would be going against my scale because Anthony Yard, he only got like 15 amateur fights, and David Morrell was 130-2 and won gold at the Youth AIBA World Championship. So that would be me taking a 1 against a 5. You know what I'm saying? But I mean a 0.5 against a 5. But so that would be tough. But I just know that this guy Morrell, once he moves up in class, he's gonna have some problems at 175. I know he is.
I haven't dissected Morrell and his style too much, but something about him just don't excite me as a fighter. I actually went and made something to eat while that man was fighting. It just the shit was boring me. I don't know what it was. I'm gonna have to look into it to see why.
Shit, he be beating the brakes off folks at 168. The fight only go like he one of them outlier type dudes. Like he fought this motherfucker named Kelvin Henderson. That is extremely tough. And like he done been in there with motherfuckers that can punch, high knockout percentage, Senate at Becko and all them dudes. He get in there with Morrell and get stopped in 4. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought he was gonna go the distance because Morrell has been the distance. He went the distance against Lennox Clark, I want to say, this Jamaican fighter. He very tough too. He one of the only fighters to go the distance against Morrell. But Morrell, he fought against a 4.5 in Falcao and stopped him in 1 round. You know what I'm saying? Like he do some shit that you won't expect him to do at 168. I thought Falcao was gonna go out there and give him some rounds, show him some looks. That's a 4.5. Then he went out there and got stopped in the first round. Yeah, he a bad motherfucker at 168, bro, because he just jump on you and fight. Like he not the type of dude that's gonna set up a pretty offense or nothing like that. Like he the type of dude that's gonna jump on you and fight you. That's how he won his gold medal. It wasn't out there looking pretty and looking smooth. He was just fighting. So that's why I like him at 168. He just go out there and fight a motherfucker and just beat him down.
Right. When you mentioned Yard, I was thinking I was gonna ask. I'm about to ask a question. If you think Yard could lean on a little bit of that knowledge that he got, seeing that he fought Kovalev?
Yeah, he got experience. Yard have been fucking around a little bit. He fought Beterbiev and he fought Kovalev. But for me, his punches are a lot sharper. Morrell got them type of punches because he got them long ass arms. He got 78.5-inch reach. Some crazy shit. So I think that's a good thing, but it can also be a liability, especially when he get back on defense. You know what I'm saying? So I just think those sharp punches from Yard, they faster, they harder. That's a real power punch at 175 too. You ought to knock your motherfucking ass in the next week at 175. So I just think that'd be tough on Morrell. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. Maybe he'll prove me wrong.
Right. Like we said, Crawford is the only fighter that makes D'Lo hop on panels. That's real star power.
Man, that ain't true, man. Hey, I got gunshot about getting on panel because I was having all these technical difficulties here. I get tired of getting clowned on every time I get on damn panel.
Yeah.
Now you good. Joseph Brown said Crawford is too sharp of a counterpuncher, and early counters from Crawford set the tone. Madrimov. had to respect it. We might start something here and say, it's the Crawford effect in this era right here, like the Mayweather effect. The dude is so good and ahead of his competitors that he makes the guys that everybody say this is the one, not be the one, and everything that falls in between it is just casualties.
Well,
Yeah.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say the other thing about the Mayweather comparison is anytime Mayweather went out there and looked human, and look like, he went out and beat a guy, but it wasn't like, he didn't watch just straight, just go out there and just 12-0 dude, 11-1 or something like that. People
Right.
start crying about he lost, or it could have went the other way. You look at the Cotto fight, which I don't think was that close, but it didn't look like a lot of other Floyd fights. People out there crying about Cotto won the fight. The
Those are
first
people
Madonna
that
fight.
those are
Go ahead.
people that's looking at the fight that want them to lose.
They want to lose. That's what I was
That,
gonna
that's
say.
that's all they're looking at
It's
it for.
the same thing with Crawford, man. A lot of these people want to see this guy lose. And I had said that when we was on Voice last week. I said, man, I think I said it on the thing that if Crawford go out there and it go to a decision, it gonna be like to them it's gonna be like he lost. They gonna start hollering about, they gonna try to take the fight away from him. They gonna, I mean, the hell with all the criticism of them saying he ain't got no power, the power didn't carry up and all that. Yeah, my whole thing is that, them just because he didn't go out there and stop the guy, they talking about he lost the fight. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like any of those folk who talking about, they felt like Crawford lost. If they had to break it down by round and tell you what rounds Madrimov won, I think they're gonna be looking crazy. Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to give him some of the like some of them rounds when he went doing them looking like 1 through 4, which I do think some of a couple of the judges actually even gave him those rounds. But I mean, he definitely didn't win the championship rounds, and he definitely didn't sweep all the rounds in between. So I mean, I just see, I think it's hard for somebody to actually break it down and get that guy, even though it was 7-5 on one of the judges' scorecards, at least one of them, maybe two of them, I can't remember. I think it's hard when they start trying to break it down round by round to get past 4 rounds. I think you can clearly give him 3, and then it may be a 4th that you could say, well, yeah, I think he landed a good shot in the round. But then when you get beyond 4, it's hard to find the rounds to give him. And you'll look crazy trying to give him rounds that he ain't do nothing in. So I think that's part of that same deal that, Mayweather went through when guys just wanted to see him lose so bad that they were just trying to grab hold of anything that didn't look like perfection and say he lost the fight.
Yeah.
I agree with you full-heartedly. That's a great statement to make. And
Hey,
it's
I
bad
think
that
that
Crawford gonna go through it. Go ahead, DeCane. Fight your
yeah,
fight.
man, that yeah, I think that's a lot of residuals of the LDBC too when they was hating on Crawford so bad in the build up for that damn Errol Spence fight. You still got a lot of people that just hate on Crawford just for the hell of it. Like he done knocked out 11 people in a row, and all they talking about is that nigga can't sell or that nigga bored. Like how? He done knocked out 11 people in a row, and y'all still don't want to get this man his props. Like it's these the same people talking about he fighting a guy with 11 fights. It's like you're looking at the surface 1 minute, then you're not. It's like, man, I'm sick of it. Like people just hating on Crawford for the hell of it at this point.
Yeah, but that's congratulations to Crawford though, because
Yes,
if he got people paying to see him lose,
he there.
shit, he in the mix. He really selling. You know what I'm saying? Like he on point. They paying to see him lose, and I understand. I can understand that. Like if you taking over territory, it's gonna be people that resent it. So like if you got major Earl Spence fans, he go out there and demolish this man, and then he pick up Earl Spence's fans as anti-fans that are willing to spend money to see him lose. I say congratulations to Crawford. And his mentality, how mentally tough he is the perfect guy for this situation. Because whatever they say, I don't think he's gonna let that shit bother him. He know he went out there and won the fight. He did a great job, and he got plenty of real boxing motherfuckers to know that he won the fight that's gonna voice their opinion too. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good thing for him, man. Let the motherfuckers hate, bro.
That's right.
All press is good press, huh?
Exactly.
I like how Sean Porter just totally ignored the memo that was floating around. You know what I'm saying? When them boy were trying to, give him a dream off rounds for patience. You know what I'm saying? Not Bradley. Sean Porter was scoring the fight the way he saw it. And then they was trying to argue back and forth with him. I actually also seen where Bradley, made a post about how he felt about the fight. And he said, but Dream Off just got beat. He just basically got beat up for 12 rounds. Simple and plain. So I mean, the boxing people who know what they're looking at, they know what they saw, and they know the right man got his hand raised, and it was a very impressive performance. I mean, it was really a dominant performance. You know what I'm saying, when you put it in perspective. So I mean, I feel like I don't know how many more he got in him. I don't know how many more he got in him at that level. But I'm just trying, as a fan, I just want to enjoy it while it lasts. You know what I'm saying? That whether win, lose, or draw, I mean, at some point the man got to hang him up. So I'm trying to appreciate him while he's here. But yeah, I ain't gonna, like I always say, man, I'm gonna give him credit for what he's doing. I ain't gonna try to put cables on it. You don't hear me on here talking, no ATG type stuff saying he greater than this person and that person. I kind of look at stuff like that and reserve that for when a person's career has concluded anyway. But I just appreciate what he's doing right now, and I'm eager to see what's next for him. And I hope that they move on from that Canelo nonsense, just because it ain't what Canelo want to do. And I mean, I feel like Crawford and his team, they better than that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like a lot of guys stalled their career running around trying to get a Canelo fight that wasn't going to ever happen. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't want to see Crawford, especially at this point in their career. If it ain't there, just move on and go ahead and be great in your own way.
Well, you can
I
count
ain't
on
gonna
that
lie,
getting ready
man.
to be happy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Listening to Crawford say that he want the fight because it's financially lucrative, that don't even sound right coming from Crawford.
Shit.
Why not? That's
He is a
money.
prize fighter. He got
I
a
mean,
salary.
no, because just knowing his mentality and stuff, like just knowing
Yeah,
his mentality and how he usually is, and he about the legacy. Just to hear him say that, it just don't
I
line up
think
with
he
what I'm
cares.
used to from Crawford.
I think he cares about that too. But y'all, yeah, I think back to after he beat Spence, when people first started asking about Canelo. Initially, he said no. He was like, "No, they got weight class for a reason. I don't want, what I'm saying, that's too big." Blah 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 blah. And people had asked him even before the Spence fight about Canelo, and he said that was too big. But afterwards, Canelo had came out and said something, and I can't remember what it was, but he said something like, he said he basically was dismissive of Crawford and said that, yeah, he would fight Crawford, but he wouldn't get no credit, after he beat him, et cetera, et cetera. And that's when Crawford started pushing that line about, well, I'll go up and fight him, if they make it right or whatever, financially and all, of course, now he's stressing the financial aspect of it because it does matter. But I think that, what I'm saying, I think as far as the financial aspect of it, when it comes to who really looking at the money in terms of whether or not that fight could be made, it's Canelo, and he done made it clear. He the one put a number out there, just like he did with David Benavidez. And to me, the number he threw out there say he don't want to fight. So I just feel like it's time to move on. But I mean, I wouldn't crazy about hearing Bud say that either. But I can understand, at this point in the career, yeah, you want as much money as you can get for that type of fight and that type of risk, but I also feel like he wouldn't go up there and lay down for the money. I think he'll go up there with a chance to win the fight and go out there and go out on his shield, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think legacy is definitely at the forefront for that man. I mean, he waited till he got the legacy before he even mentioned money. You know what I'm saying? That nigga wait till he 36 years old before he say the word lucrative. I can't be mad at that man. He definitely got the skills to pay the bills. So he should want to get paid on that motherfucker. And plus, if he beat Canelo, that's a legacy fight. Hell, he go out there and beat the undisputed 168-pound champion. That's still legacy. That's
Like
another
what?
undisputed championship he will have. And plus, I'm not surprised he independent now.
Well,
So
they stripped Canelo.
okay, well, it still be a legacy fight for him. But damn, this nigga made me forget what I was about to say. Well, I made my own self.
Sorry.
I was gonna say because I said the shit wrong. Oh yeah, so like he independent, so he got his eyes on the numbers and shit now, better more than what he used to have. That shit kind of remind me of Sugar Ray Robinson. Yeah, they say Sugar Ray Robinson was the toughest negotiator that they ever seen back in the day. Once he started getting his eyes on the numbers, because once he killed Jimmy Doyle, he started being more concerned about the numbers, how much he was getting paid to fight, because he understood how dangerous this shit is. So he started wanting to know how much niggas is getting paid for the TV money and the radio money and all this kind of shit. And they said he'll pull out the day before the fight too if the money wasn't right. They said they didn't know if he was gonna fight until that motherfucker was in the ring and they was getting ready to ring the bell because he was square business about his money. You know what I'm saying? And he one of the greatest fighters of all times. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody knock him for being about his paper. So I ain't gonna knock Crawford for being about his paper, especially since he waited until he was fucking 36 to even make it seem like that might be a priority. This nigga have been a Spartan the whole time. Like, man, he one of the fighters. And I think this is probably the ultimate compliment that you can give a modern day fighter. I think he could fight in any era. Just with his mentality, his work ethic, and all that kind of shit. I think he can fight in any era.
He
So
got the good dimensions.
yeah, that's a bad motherfucker. Especially if he could take Bomac and the team with him, and they can go to any decade. I think they'll still win. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go out there and get your paper, my nigga. I ain't mad at you.
Hey,
Plus,
I want to add one thing to that. You something when you said take Bomac and them with him, made me think about something. Y'all, when Tim Bradley talked about when Crawford came to his camp when he was getting ready for Pacquiao and he was sending everybody home and they sent Crawford to help him out, to work with him. He didn't know who Crawford was. He said Crawford showed up, and y'all might have heard this story, but I'm just trying to point out the one part of it that Crawford did what he did to Bradley, but he did it with no coaches. He came to camp, didn't have nobody with him, no coaches, and of course Bradley's coach was there, who is the same coach that Madrimov had. So that man know firsthand how good a fighter this guy is, but also how good a fighter he is with making adjustments without any coach in his corner. And I know it was sparring, but I mean at that point he wasn't even really a prospect. And Bradley was already a world champion multiple times at that point. So I mean, just saying when you say a guy that can fight in any era, and you take that aspect of who he is as a fighter, and then to know the kind of team he got behind him, I mean that's stuff like that is what separate him from a guy like Charlo. When I say which is a lot of stuff separating from Charlo, but when I talk about guys like Charlo and Haney who can't make in round real time adjustments in a fight without being able to go back to the corner and get instruction. I mean that's saying a lot about what type of level of fighter we talking about.
Yeah.
Facts.
Moody Trayweather say, I can't lie. I know people was talking about dude's amateur background. I just couldn't see this guy beating Bud. Trey made a back earlier in the program. You said something, and I'm like, you know what? That rung a big bell. You was like, this was a big event. You know what I'm saying? The lights was on. The lights was bright. Bud did that dance already. You hear him when they be under their lights. They say it's different, and that could have played. That could have played a little bit in the fight, and we have used that term before because we used it against with Frank Martin saying is he gonna be able to deal with the bright lights. So I think extra influx of fans and screaming voices and like you mentioned, it was fireworks going off. They had a concert. It was a lot going on. Those people was entertained, and you was the main card. I could see a little nerves coming in and getting him something, but agreeing with D'Lo, I can't see giving him more than 4 rounds. He did do some good stuff. He landed some good shots within his 4 rounds of action, but not any more than that.
Yeah, I think all that waiting probably weighed on both of the fighters. as well, but it will probably be more so for the guy who had never been on that stage.
You
Eric,
know what? Crawford known for knocking niggas out too. That can make you hesitant, like Lomachenko when he fought against Teofimo Lopez. He went out there and gave up 6. Madrimov gave up 4. Lomachenko gave up 6. Like shit, man. Them Eastern Europeans, they might not like to get hit hard, so they want to go out there and let you cool off a little bit first, before they get stick their toe in the water and get out there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that might have been the cause for some of the hesitation too. I mean, this motherfucker Crawford got a reputation for knocking niggas out. He ain't just got a reputation for outboxing them. He done knocked out almost a dozen motherfuckers in a row. And they want me to just run up in this motherfucker and run through a wall. Like, nah, nigga, we're gonna feint this motherfucker and get him out of position. That's probably what Madrimov was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he nervous and shit. This is a big event, biggest fight of his life. Ain't never had to do no media like this. His last fight was against Magomed Kurbanov from Dagestan. A good fighter, but this is a whole new level right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure some nerves was in play. He might could have had a better performance. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's all part of the equation. That's all part of the stew that we making over here. You know what I'm saying?
that's right.
The tangibles and the intangibles, they all go into the pot.
You want to be a superstar, this is what you got to go through. And the lights are part of being a superstar, stardom. And Turkey Al-Sheikh seems to be putting that together.
Hey, speaking of Eastern European fighters, I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but the IBF done ordered they done made Tim Zuda mandatory.
Okay, that's what's up. I'll take Tim Zuda mandatory, yeah.
I missed that. What was going on? The baby came in here. I'm about to. Ooh, what happened?
I was saying the IBF done made Tim Zuda mandatory. They done ordered. I don't know the particulars. I didn't read the article. But I just saw the headline of the article, read like the first line or two. But they made him the mandatory, and I think they've already ordered the fight, saying they got a certain amount of time to negotiate. So that could very well be Tim Zuda's next fight because he already got a fight date. That date that they was trying to get Lubin to commit to. So it could be that, but then again, it could be too early for that. It might end up having to be a fight after that if you win.
He was probably planning on it. That's why he wanted to fight a southpaw like Lubin first. Let's get acclimated to the southpaw shit and then go to the Crawford fight. And Lubin is a skill southpaw too, deep amateur background, 143-7 and all that shit.
The IBF is that other dude. I forgot his name. I think he's from Russia. That's who Tim Tszyu would be fighting him.
Oh, I thought you were talking about for Crawford.
No. That's why I said Eastern European. I forgot. I forget what the guy's name is, man. But yeah, he'll be his mandatory, so that could very well be the next fight. So by the time he get to Crawford, that'll be a unification bout.
Yeah.
If he wins.
Who the fuck is the Eastern European?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Don't nobody know his name, huh?
That say a lot. Well, I can't say that because they might be answering.
This Eastern European is a champion at one. Oh, you talking about Boachu? Nah, you ain't talking about Boy. That motherfucker got the interim title. Man, I ain't worth a fuck with them belts, man. I don't even know why I'm trying.
Eric also said Madrimov looked like he was the one not acclimated to the weight. He should have tried to hit Bud everywhere and try to break Bud down for late. Bud saw he wasn't going to do that and took the win. HJ Boxing asks, how did we score it?
Murtazaliel.
Oh yeah, the Bertazir. Oh, I don't know that motherfucker. It's something like that though. I know you talking about. Yeah, I know you talking about. He got a deep amateur background too.
Bakram Murtazaliel.
Yeah. He got a deep amateur background too. I can't think exactly what it is. I think it's some Olympics type shit though. I gotta go back and look. But he up there though.
Well, Tim, go do it. He got a lot to prove for himself. Try to get back on track anyway after that nasty cut. Joseph Brown said nobody else at 154 is doing that to Mad Jamal. No, I don't see nobody else doing that either. And now after he's fought Bud, I think he's learned something, and it's just gonna be that much more hell to pay for the next person to run up on him. I don't agree with fight your fight. I wouldn't mind seeing him be champion again.
There's some good fights at 154, man. You can mix and match them and make all kind of great fights. So I hope they make them, man.
Hey, I would love to see him go up and fight for the belt. I just don't want to see him defend. I'm tired of these old I did enough ass fighters. Listen, Crawford was defending his belt for how many fights, but he was still stopping people. He wasn't out there. Oh yeah, well I feel like I just did enough. No, I'm sick of that shit.
Now, you can't be mad at the man for not being great. I mean, you comparing him to a great fighter. It's a difference between a good fighter and a great fighter. Is all it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Crawford is a great fighter. Go out there and put you on your ass. If you ain't ready, some good guys. Stop Sean Porter. That ain't easy to do. You know what I'm saying? If he would have got to 147 early, he would have whooped all the ass. Only person I think he might not have stopped would be Danny Garcia, because I know that motherfucker tough as nails. He keep his elbows in for them body shots. He got a good chin. Keep his hands up good. I think it would be hard to stop Danny. But I think he would have stopped everybody else and whooped their ass.
Huh.
So,
Danny made sure he wasn't gonna get stopped. He stayed away from the damn fight.
yeah. But if they did fight, I think Danny would have action at going the distance. I just seen Danny take some hard shots, man. And they ain't even really rocking. I don't know if I ever seen Danny just hurt. I did see that Ezralani Laura opened up as a 2.2 to 1 favorite over Danny. He had minus 220.
That makes sense with the layoff and coming up in weight. But I'm surprised. I mean, a lot of times them bookies, they'd have got that wrong. They'd have been heavy on Danny.
Yeah. OG, you there?
Oh shoot, I was just talking. I said the funny thing is we had a part in the conversation. We talking about guys talking about just making it to the end of the fight. We're not talking about even winning the fight. Just he can make it to the end. I think Danny can make it to the end because everybody else gonna get their ass beat. That's crazy. That's the conversation that you having for Crawford right now. Kudos to that man getting his flowers like he is. Eric R said it was exciting to see the level of class in the ring because both guys were throwing crap, shit, whatever that is, like ice cream, and evading shots that would have caught and tranquilized lesser opponents here today. Moody Trayweather said, "I'm not even a Bud fan. The hate dude got this past weekend makes you hate boxing fans. No, we're gonna start looking at it like this. If you got fans that like you, and then all of a sudden the people start hating you more, if they start paying to see you lose, man, you there. You at that point where everybody got their eyes on you. You get a chance to show them how great you are. You don't have to hassle about the money. You really don't have to hassle about the money because apparently you've made a fan out of Turkey Al-Sheikh, and this man calling you legend, you gonna get paid. So forget about the Canelo thing. Let him make you some great fights at 154. If you don't like the fight, you don't have to take it. If you do like the fight, sign the contract, and we'll get a chance to see more of this man do his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, the boxing fans, they just been on my nerves for a while now, man. I ain't talking about y'all, obviously, because I talk to y'all all the time, every week. You know what I'm saying? But these other boxing fans, bro, like, they don't know enough to have such opinions. You know what I'm saying? They really just need to just learn and just keep their bullshit to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, to people that really understand this shit, they sound like some fucking idiots. And they can't never be pleased. Like, they literally got a man that come to boxing and say, man, you know what, y'all? I got a homeboy that got all kind of paper. That's my nigga. He said that I can hold the bank account and do whatever the fuck I want to do in this boxing shit. And I'm about to put some fights on. And they done found a way to make that negative. Like, I don't even understand how this possible. Like, this last card, man, it was real good to me, man. Like, we had a lot of fun. We was on the Discord talking shit. Me and Yasa smoking gas and smoking hash and everybody talking boxing. D-Lo, the Kane, Joseph Brown came through, Gil came through, MZ, OG, Big E came. You know what I'm saying? Everybody came through, man. It was player. Like, we had a great time. I just don't understand how everybody, well, not everybody, but many boxing fans are just turning all these scenarios negative. Like, you just can't please these motherfuckers, man.
That's all it is. Moving right along. You speaking to somebody talking crazy, and then there goes somebody, Max McGregor. Don't know who this character is. Crawford got rocked in the 12th. Crawford is overrated. Yeah, that's foolishness. Moody Trayweather say, what I saw in that Bud Madrimal fight, last 10 to 15 seconds in every round, Bud was landing some good shots. You figure he was stealing the rounds at the end for sure. He was putting a stamp at the end of each round. Make it definite. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you remember if each of the last rounds was he was putting hands on Madrimal. That's always a plus for the judges, I would think.
Yeah, that's how Tony Harrison beat Charlo the first time. Closing the round strong. That's the last thing the judge remembers. Go that shit for Harrison, even though he probably should have lost the round. You know, that's experience as a fighter.
Exactly. Ali was real good at that. He pick up the pace toward the end of the at the end of the round. Thank you very much, and keep it going.
Yeah, that's what he was doing on Foreman. He was closing the round strong on Foreman ass, stinging his ass like a bee, coming down the stretch in the round.
Man, another sneeze. Yep, got old Foreman tired, upset, and knocked out. Say, I read that one already. Eric also Anderson looked like a guy from the audience who accepted the opportunity to challenge Boy, that's cold-blooded. So you said they was having a contest. Anybody out there think they can make it 12 rounds with the professional fighter here? We'll give him $150,000. Anderson got picked. You wrong in the mud, bro. You wrong.
And we had money on the fight. How dumb am I to go out there and lay 2-1 odds on this dude in this major step-up fight against a man that literally got a win over a 5, a 4, and a 4.5, or maybe a 5 and 2 4s. Like, come on, man. That shit was dumb as hell.
We live and we learn. We live and we learn. Cannabis education.
But I was gonna say one more thing. I ain't mad at Madrimov though, because Madrimov, I feel like him in conjunction with the way the judges viewed the fight, of course, because that's the only thing that matters what the judges say. He got 44% of the total available points. So 56 to 44 is close to normal standard deviation for a coin flip. So if I got Madrimov and let's say he win, he got a 44% chance to win. And I'm getting 5-1 odds on the coin flip. I mean on that basic standard deviation coin flip. I'll take that any day. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I'll make that bet, that type of bet any day. And I'm gonna come out ahead most of the time. So I ain't even mad at Madrimov. But I am mad at myself for Anderson though. That was a bad pick.
Yeah, we live and we learn. That boy Eric all say Daniel Du Bois ain't never meet his idol and started crying. Speaking about Anderson and Roy Jones. maybe he was just so moved that he was there were tears of joy when that's what it was. He was crying tears of joy. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like
Now he
that.
was crying because he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to carry all that grown man shit.
Yeah, I think
Your
something that
boy Roy
helped the
Jones said, "You got a kid, son. You got."
man, that nigga Roy really tried to talk to him too. But I think something that helped the boy is that he got a little sister that can fight. And you big brother, how the fuck little sister gonna be whooping ass and big brother getting his ass whooped all over the place? I think that's something that helped Fundora. She get knocked off the horse by Mendoza. You got a little sister that's on a championship type of trajectory if she ain't a champion already. And how the fuck you gonna just be getting whooped while your little sister is the one? Like hell no, let me get back up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can't let my little sister show me
I'm
that.
big brother. What the fuck? Hell no. So yeah, I think that shit helped that boy. Anderson ain't got no little sister that's gonna push him like that.
Hey, speaking of her, she's in line now to fight for one of Katie Taylor's belts. I think 135. So likely, what's gonna happen is Katie gonna vacate that belt, and she gonna be elevated to
Yeah.
champion.
I saw
Okay.
Beatrice Ferreira won a bronze medal at the Olympics. So she got a silver and a bronze now. I want to know. I got to go see who beat her. That must be a bad
If
woman.
Yeah, probably one of them intersex motherfuckers. But your girl, Beatrice Ferreira, I think she the one who beat Jairo Gonzalez because
Oh
Jairo
yeah, that
Gonzalez,
is. That's who
yeah,
beat
because she was online talking about if you're a pro, you need to just stay in the pros.
her. Yeah, see, but the thing is, the pros be getting their ass whooped too. Shit, she got a bronze. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I don't even know if the evidence is there that the pros got a major advantage. Because if Beatrice Ferreira can't win a gold medal, like damn, that competition must be tough. At
yeah.
least in that division. And
Man,
that woman can really fight, man. This woman she got 2 Pan American Game gold medals, a World Combat gold medal. She got 2 gold medals and a silver medal at the AIBA World Championships. And now she got a silver and a bronze at the Olympics. Like, this woman ain't no motherfucking joke, nigga. You know what I'm saying? 2 gold medals at the AIBA World Championships with a silver. Like, come on, man. That's a bona fide 5. And she can't win a gold medal at the Olympics. Like, nigga, they tough down there, nigga. I want to see who the women was in that division, nigga. 'Cause they got something.
that world
Word.
stage. That's that world stage. Moody
Oh,
Trey.
it's Katie
Oh,
Harrington. Katie Harrington from not Kelly. Kelly Harrington from Ireland.
That's who
Yeah,
beat
she a
her.
bad girl. Yeah, Kelly Harrington. She the one who beat that one that Imani Khalif, the one that they talking about is possibly what I'm saying, a man or whatever. She
Yeah,
beat her before. Yeah, so Kelly
yeah.
Harrington, she a bad girl, apparently.
How old is she?
Oh shit, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at it up.
huh.
I think we're gonna have to remember the name, like they said on Troy.
For sure. She probably inspired by Katie Taylor for sure. From Ireland.
Yeah, we're gonna have to remember that name, man. She got something.
We be Lassie. Remembering the greats of Katie Taylor growing up, shaving sheep, getting ready to fight. Let me stop. Moody Trayweather says Anderson almost flew out the ring. You talking about on that uppercut that he kind of like on what I was watching on, he like just straight disappeared off the camera, kind of in the corner. Man, it happened so fast he disappeared. I was like, what happened? For real. I
Okay.
bullshit you not.
Kelly Harrington is 34.
Oh,
Um,
she already on
So
that
she
up.
probably one of them career amateur fighters.
That's exactly, boy. You just took that straight out my cranium, man. When you said that shit, man. A career amateur. I ain't bullshitting.
Uh, Joseph Brown put a statement out. He said, age don't matter. And the verdict out on Sugar Hill, he ain't the dude that's the trainer because his uncle, the great Emmanuel Stewart, would have never allowed Big Baby to be switching stances to start a fight.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I said, man, this nigga old school. And you over here with this switch hitting shit? Like, that was very surprising to see, man, because normally the old school, man, they don't be with that shit. I'm surprised Ennis father is with that shit because he seemed like he from the old school. Like, he obviously from the old school, right? Like, you know, because even Terrence Crawford said Bomac wasn't with it. He said Bomac told him that you need to perfect the orthodox stance first. Like, he wasn't with the switching until Crawford was doing it and winning. So he just said fuck it and went with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Sugar Hill Stewart definitely shocked me with that.
Well, I'm shocked because I didn't even know that he was working with Big Baby Anderson. After the crying episode, honestly, after the crying episode, I was like, wow, I hadn't paid really much attention anymore.
Yeah, those are some of my favorite moments. As soon as they switch southpaw, bye. I love that. That's satisfying to see that.
Okay. My boy Joseph Brown said, I'm picking Crawford even more against Canelo. These boxing Neanderthals in my Roger Mayweather voice don't know shit about boxing. That man called them Neanderthals. That's whew. But I pick Crawford, but I would like to see him, acclimate a little more to the weight and then deal with it. Because, he's not smaller than Canelo. Canelo just thicker than him right now. Pause. I know somebody tried to go crooked with that. Anyway, so I voiced my opinion that I would pick Canelo too, JB. So we both on the same boat. But I ain't worried about Canelo right now because Turkey said he gonna make some more good fights, some more great cards for the legend Crawford and Riyadh season. I had to call my brother to find out what the hell that meant. Pretty much just mean, ain't they the capital of Saudi Arabia means they having season in boxing, and pretty soon it's gonna be in America.
Man, with the guys Canelo fighting, he can go ahead and just pick his next like 3 or 4 opponents and say after the 5th one he retiring. You know what I'm saying? Because like he picking guys that it's like slim to no chance that they gonna beat him whatsoever. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Berlanga hadn't looked decent since before he fought Damon Nicholson. And the only reason he got a stoppage because they brought a guy in that they knew he was gonna get a stoppage against so that they could try to build up the Canelo fight. And that was that I think it was from Ireland or Scotland, that Pedrog or whatever his last name. I forgot his name. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? They Canelo out here manufacturing opponents. So he might as well just go ahead and go ahead and give guys the call. Well, he wouldn't do that anyway because he don't want guys to have enough time to prepare for him. But he can look ahead because he ain't losing these guys he fight no time soon. And I don't think he's gonna fight Crawford.
Man, I'm sick. I'm sick of Canelo, man, because he out here talking about I can do what I want because I did this and did that, and that's fine. I ain't mad at that, but drop the belts. Like, don't be holding up the belts because you want to just go do whatever the fuck you want to.
Yeah, but man, even that shit, like, man, yeah, from a quarter mile away, you can look at that shit and say, oh yeah, Canelo did this and did that. But when you really look at that shit and dissect it, man, that motherfucker ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with his run to undisputed at 168, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that shit was so, I don't want to say what I want to say, but man, it was so selective that it didn't make no sense. The man was one belt away from undisputed at 160 and abandoned the mission because he didn't like who he had to fight for the last belt. And then he goes to 168 because the coach looked real nice up there. All the champions was a certain type of fighter. You know, I mean, I respect the Callum Smith fight because I respect the Callum Smith going to that tournament. But he had already beat the guy, brother. He felt good about fighting him. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, they threw another belt on top of it. So he got 2 belts for one. You know, he was begging to fight Abner Yildirim. He wanted to fight Abner Yildirim so bad that he basically they tore up the contract with the zone. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted the zone basically said we can't pay you the guarantee that we said we would give you to fight this caliber of opponent. And it was like, to me, the writing for me been on the wall since then. That Canelo basically ain't trying to fight nobody tough. He trying to be real selective, and he just trying to, you know, basically trying to ride off into his retirement without taking any more losses. And then, you know, of course, he had that B-ball fight when we went out there and just got completely undressed. But all that's already forgotten. You know, including the fact that he had opportunity to rematch Bivol, and he passed on that. So I mean, I just don't, man. I got very little respect for that dude at this point, man. I respect what he did do, but I'm not gonna put cables on it like it was what he act like it was. You know what I'm saying? He got too many asterisks on beside his wins. Fighting guys, you know what I'm saying, on short notice, putting stipulations on guys and all that, man. One thing Crawford said years ago was that he take them how they come, and I believe that. Canelo, he ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? He the king of stipulations. He got to put it, you know, some kind of way to where he got some kind of advantage. Otherwise, he don't want to fight.
Huh?
Yep.
That sounds about like Canelo in a nutshell. With that, I'll jump on Joseph Brown. Oh, did you want to say something? Fight your fight?
Oh no. Yeah, I agree. I just, you know, I just want him to drop the damn belts. If he wanna fight whoever, don't hold up the damn division. Let people, you know, people fight all their lives so they can be a world champion. You know, so let the people get their opportunity. If you just gonna fight whoever and not fight them.
Yeah, they took their IBF from him for ducking Williams Skull. Canelo, that's the other thing, man. Canelo them been stripped a few times for not fighting mandatories. But that's wild when you look at the mandatories that he be begging to fight, that he go run to fight. But he got stripped for not fighting Derevchenko. He got stripped for not fighting Triple G. And he done got stripped for not fighting this William Skull guy, who probably, I don't know anything about William Skull. Maybe he got good movement. But whatever it was, Canelo wasn't trying to fight him. He was trying to pay him step aside. And then somehow that didn't pan out, and Canelo ended up getting stripped. He'd rather fight Berlanga because he know he gonna get a knockout. Or at least he know Berlanga gonna be there to get hit.
Yeah, Skull can fight a little bit. I think he's from Cuba. He got an amateur background.
Yeah, his Cuban fighter fighting out of Germany.
Yeah. He can fight a little bit. I thought he was gonna give Canelo some problems if they fought. Maybe not beat him, but at least give him some problems for sure. He gonna fight back. He wasn't just gonna sit up there and go out like Jermell Charlo or nothing.
Ooh, what a comparison.
Damn.
Put a bad taste on my bud smoke right there. Dang, that's cold-blooded. Joseph Brown said, verdict out on Rodney Shields. His fighters aren't improving under him. I see a straight decline.
Oh yeah, we've been saying that shit, man. That's why I say, man, he probably the most overrated coach in boxing to me. His fighters always look basic. Like they've been in the gym for a month perpetually. You know what I'm saying? Jab, right hand, left hook. Like,
yeah, that's what I was telling Joseph Brown and Hype Saturday night, Sunday morning. We was on the Voice on the Discord. You know that when Fa went to K Roma, you could see him gradually improve as a fighter. But when he was with Ronnie Shields, he kind of was stagnant. He just got to a certain level and just stayed there.
Yep. I agree.
Excuse me. I can't remember the fighter that went over to Shields. He moved around prior to going to Shields, got the Shields, and was not the same look. Took a loss and left Shield. But it's been Lala D is in the house, y'all. What's up,
Dude.
Sid?
Allah D.
But whoo, excuse me. She's speaking to everybody. So I just roll on down to see where we at.
So Lala,
Moody Trayweather said he gonna need the Discord link. Who got it? I don't know it.
Oh,
Hyphy on it.
Hyphy. I was about to say Hyphy. Yeah, get it from Hyphy. I don't even know how the hell I would send it to you. Hyphy know how though.
Since Lala D here, it'll give me a chance to bring up the Olympics. That boy Noah Lyles got 3 gold medals. And I remember speaking about him having to have to get a good start off in the gate against that field. He proved me wrong because he did not get a good start. And he was trailing for about a quarter of that race. But this dude, man, he's just so fast. He just won by a chest. The impressive thing of that race is that the whole field was in the picture. You know how they take the photo finish? All of the runners was in that photo finish. And the slowest dude would have got a gold medal back when Carl Lewis was running. So that was a super fast field, and he was super impressive for the way he did that. And then Gabby went out there and surprised him and did her thing. So I was super crunk on seeing them do that. Just amazed about that track and field action. Shakari Richardson, I think she got a silver. She didn't get that gold because she got surprised, but everything went lovely as far as what they was doing out there. Great.
He fucked up with Shakari.
Oh,
yeah, they wouldn't even let her come through the gate and get warmed up properly and shit.
yeah, her and Shelly Ann both got.
That's why Price pulled out at the last minute because, and you know what, that is super Jack because this was her last Olympic, and of all time for you, you're gonna tell them because they didn't ride. This is my daughter explained this to me not about an hour before we came on. I'm glad you brought that up. My daughter tells me the story goes that because they didn't ride the bus with their team or what have you, they can't come in to warm up and stuff like that. And my daughter was telling me Shakari looked like a fighter that didn't work out in the back before they come out to the ring. She was dry, and the way her form and everything looked like she was jogging more than running. She just wasn't warm and ready.
Yep, exactly what I saw. It didn't even look like she was racing to me. It don't look like her normal self.
Yeah, went out there and got a silver. That's saying a lot.
Yeah, still got a motherfucking silver. Exactly.
But yeah, that thing that so-called rule change, they like changed the rule the night before. And did so they didn't even tell everybody. Like, man, this whole Olympics have been like jacked up, man. There's a lot gonna come. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of changes between this Olympic and the next one because there's been so many things that just ain't been on the up and up over there in France. Even the schedule seemed weird. Like a lot of these races, a lot of this stuff getting to like the gold medal matches and finals, it seemed like way before it should. So I don't know what they got going on over there, but I bet a lot of them athletes that plan on being in the next one can't wait to get to the next Olympic, get out of France.
Yeah, you see they had them swimming in that nasty river and they getting out the river throwing up and shit.
Yes.
Man, wow. It's probably it probably got sewage and stuff in it.
Dude, my daughter, she's on that kind of stuff, activist little girl right now too. She's telling me that social media, the French people are, something that they do is they defecate in that river. And she said that, French people were tweet and what have you not on social media, setting up times of having groups out there meeting to do their thing in that water. And then
Well,
on top of that, I heard they had a big rain that also pushes a lot of the sewage and stuff into that water.
I was gonna say it could actually be something where it may be run off from a release, or they might actually discharge into that body of water. Ain't no telling, man. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff just weird over there, man. And I ain't never seen. I mean, I know it done been some crazy stuff over the year, but since I've been paying attention, like this been like the weirdest Olympics.
Wait, so they were meeting up to take a community dump?
Yeah, that's what my daughter told me, man. My baby girl, because I tell you about them all the time. She's that girl. She's on top of that kind of stuff. And she was like, because Daddy, it's almost sound racist, but she's like, it's nasty over there. They be doing some nasty, nasty stuff. And I'm like, okay, for real. And this is exactly what she told me. She fresh and young and into that kind of stuff and knowing all the stuff that's going on social media. She follow a lot of these races, but yes, those swimmers was getting out the water, throwing up.
Well, that's just like, everybody know that New York City known for rats, right? But they say that France, certain parts of France and the city, I mean, it made New York City look clean, when it come to rats and stuff. They said, man, there's rats everywhere in France, like just overrun with rats. So, I mean, you think about that.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, so many people like that's the land of romance. And I'm like, with a rat running across your bed? No.
Hell no. But even with the boxing and stuff, man, they got the IOC, which is one little organization that's over determining who can be in the Olympics and stuff like that, right? So when they talking about the little intersex women with the sexual disorders or whatever, the IBA apparently excluded them on the basis that they had XY chromosomes. But now the IOC is letting them participate, but they not saying why they letting them participate. So it's like a big secret because they said, well, we can't tell you why and all this stuff. So they not saying why they letting them participate. But then the IBA, people were saying, well, they a Russian organization, and they didn't say that until she beat a Russian boxer. But they at least gave a reasoning according to their science. But the IOC is not doing, like, they're not doing any public testing or telling you why they allowing them to compete. So it's like just a bunch of bullshit, like secrecy and stuff going on.
And
it's like all over.
They're not disputing the findings either of the other organization. They didn't say that it was false. They just said that they can't reveal what they're going off of.
And they proof is like birth certificates and passports, which can be altered.
Baby pictures.
Yeah. And did you see that damn birth certificate? Like that shit was a bunch of handwriting. Like it wasn't. It didn't look official at all.
Let me say baby pictures.
Boy, they did have pictures of that one girl when she was a kid. Well, there was a little girl. They were saying it was her. I don't know if it was or not.
Well, it's hard tonight. Lala D said he gonna fight Belinga, however you want to see it. Then give Mugia a second fight. Canelo is a certified bitch. Damn, Lala D come in swinging hard right out the gate. Eric also Shane Mosley Jr. gonna be one of his last fights. Watch. He predicted.
I don't think he'll fight him.
I think he'll fight Shane. Shane won't give him no flashbacks to Mayweather or Terrence.
He probably would have fought him a couple years ago.
Huh.
Yeah, they got a common opponent now, huh?
Who that?
They both them beat Danny Jacobs. Yeah.
Who? That's who Belinga beat?
Huh?
That's who y'all talking about, Belinga and Canelo?
No, Shane Mosley Jr.
Oh.
Yeah, he got a win over Danny Jacobs, him and Canelo. They got a common opponent, so Canelo might think he's doing too much.
Shit, they were talking about Canelo fighting Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
they
what he probably gonna do. He probably gonna go out fighting Europeans.
Yeah, go back on the European tour again.
Not Eastern Europeans like English and stuff like that. Ireland and shit.
Who was those leagues? Who was that?
Hey, I seen. Speaking of them Europeans, Canelo like to fight. I seen Billy Joe Saunders, a picture of Billy Joe Saunders recently.
He fat.
He look like he going about 260, 270.
He living his life. He got his big check. He over there. He got him a plot of land. Probably got him a pub opened up or two. He living his life. He ain't got to worry about getting punched in the head no more. Canelo blessed him. Yes, La Dino allows. That 200 the team run. They won that so big and easily. It was ridiculous. Those boys was running. They had two bad handoffs on the first two legs, but the rest of it went pretty smooth. I was like looking at Noah how he takes off. His technique was so good. His arm was so straight and perfect for a boy to put the baton right in his hand. And then he just took off. That was a great, man. It was some great races, man. Those people, those human beings are fast. And yeah, Eric, it did sound like Big John Stewart was standing on my chest. But you know about Big John Stewart.
I know I'm an idiot for not having everybody bet on Noah Lyles, man. He got bet up to a 2-1 underdog against that Jamaican. They had him at 2.5 to 1 as a favorite, minus 250. And he came out of nowhere too. And he going against a 5 on the pedigree scale. Cause that's what Noah Lyles is. He won gold at the World Championship. They got him as the underdog. That's why I was thinking about betting that shit, man. I should have went on ahead and jumped out there. Because it looked like it might have been close to a 50-50 type situation. And that's the way the fight ended. I mean, not the fight, but the that's the way the race ended. It ended like a coin flip. They were, by a nose. Yeah, man. So we should have put a bet down.
Didn't know no better.
Yeah, I didn't know if I could trust my reason, like my rationale that I had, but hell, it looked like he was right.
Shoot, I know they went out there. Those people are fast. That's all I can keep saying. And to see it in slow motion is poetry. Oh, but that boy Noah came out of the block, not good. Like I said, I can just see it going through my mind right now how they just sprinting, and he slowly just getting away from the crowd. And now when it's crunch time, I guess you would say the last 50, 45 yards, that's when you really got to kick it in. He really started kicking it in and started walking that boy down and just leaned over just enough to get his torso over first. Oh, that picture looks so good. I wouldn't mind having that picture to hang on my wall. They photo finish, I wouldn't mind having that on my wall.
Said he won by 1,000. 5,000.
Man, that's how they say it. Don't matter if you win by 1 or 0.00001. Give me my victory.
And that's what I want to say about my dream out. Talking about he didn't do enough to get, but you got beat though. It don't matter if you got beat by 0.5. You got beat.
Yeah, that is true. Like D said, they paid Price. Wait, there it is. And they paid Price, I think, to now say she was injured. Well, knowing, listening to my little girl make her complaints and say what the local internet from France is saying and how they got treated because they didn't ride with the team. You guys let me know that they changed the rule the night before. Shoot, they trying to make sure that they people probably stood a chance. They say that the Olympics be pretty corrupt when it comes down to certain things and certain rules and how things getting handled. So, you never know what's going on, but I still think it was like real classless this lady's last Olympic, and you do them like that. How you gonna not let these women warm up to run their race?
Yep, I'm with you on that all the way.
That's weak.
I guess Shelly Ann said before she go out there and get embarrassed, she'll just pull out.
She an older.
I probably would have got injured too, or could have got injured.
That part right there, not being warmed up, and then you out there going against a fast field, and you trying to get your body to kick in the gear just like that. You ain't stretched nothing. Both of your hamstrings will be laying at the starting block.
Yeah, she already an older sprinter. She got to get warmed up.
Yeah, I think that woman like 37 years old, 30 years old or something, man. Yeah. 36, something like that.
I thought she was 39.
No, I think she's 37, I think.
She okay. 37, I take 37. Because I had her and who's the girl? The other girl from Jamaica, the younger one. The dark skin. Yeah. Yeah, she went out there, but my girl Gabby. Gabby Thompson, I'm thinking that's her last name. This girl got a stride. Her stride is crazy, and it seemed like it's barely on the ground.
I don't think Jackson was in that race, was she? I think she had pulled out.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
The girl from not Ivory Coast.
Oh, that other place.
The girl that won the 100 meter gold was the one who finished second. She got the silver.
You see how they be looking, man.
The girl from St. Lucia.
Oh, okay. Lala D says she's 37. Okay. He means Lucian. Okay, yeah, that's who. Okay, you right, D-Lo. Either way, my girl Gabby took that. She took that. I told you guys I had watched they program they got on Netflix about them, right? It tied in great to see to watch that, and then the Olympics go in the way they did. They handled their business. This young man is labeled as the fastest man on the planet right now. Big Baby got knocked out. Oh, so I know Highfield bring it up, so I'll bring it up because Turkey Al Sheikh's name didn't have Tank's name in it. But seeing Shakur Stevenson come across Lomachenko, I was like, what are they doing? Rod X said, I didn't know Gabby was still competing. She young. Why she wouldn't be competing?
Yeah. He's probably thinking about that other Gabby.
Oh, my bad.
It was one that was doing gymnastics.
Yeah, I was going to say she was a gymnast, though.
Yeah.
No, Simone Biles holding it
Gabby
down.
Douglas. He probably like Gabby Douglas.
Yeah. This chick here, she one of the reasons why the United States beat Jamaica in that relay in the World Championship. She ran that third leg, niggas, and ate on that third leg. Gave that bitch to Shakari. Shakari chunked deuce. Yeah, chunked the deuce on that motherfucker. That. Yeah, that Gabby girl, she can run, man.
Yeah, she got her stride is so pretty because it don't look like her feet stay on the ground that long. Her steps, they hit so fast, and she gets so much distance between each step, each stride. It's ridiculous. And like I said, it's so impressive how they come up out those blocks. Like I said, it looked like some horses coming out of their block, the way they just get the bucket. And once they get to straighten out, oh man, that's when you see that speed kicking in.
And you know what? Yeah, she ate up one of them Jamaicans on that curve in that race in 2023. I think that probably was a sign that she was going to do what she did in the Olympics. The way she ran that curve. Like, she is not no joke. And I mean, you know what? I'm going to start looking into some of the track shit, man. I might start putting some bets down on that shit. For real.
Shoot, it's the speed of the field is what's so impressive. That's what that's what really puts it in context. You get context. You got these humans that's running this fast. That photo finish, the slowest time was 9.91.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
191 is the slowest time.
The slowest.
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah. That motherfucker over.
Gabby Douglas, the gymnast, is one of the the one celebrated by doing the Dougie and embarrassing every black person on the planet because her Dougie didn't do right. No, but Simone Biles has stepped it up. That one move she did off the horse, she's so powerful with her moves. And the velocity that when she be spinning, when she landed, it kind of catapulted her backwards. She fell down, stood up, and still pulled off a silver.
Yeah.
Her moves are ridiculous too. I seen her get looking at it on TV, she had to have backflipped herself up into the air about at least maybe 8 or 9 feet because she could got so many rotations in. Before she landed, it was ridiculous. It was amazing. Forget ridiculous. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I just saw Madrimov lose his belt to Terrence Crawford. In my opinion, Crawford actually took it. I see Pitbull not accomplish anything. He got to hold the belt for a little while, so kudos to that. But El Rayo took it from him by keeping the jab in his face and controlling the distance. And popping him with some good check hooks and wrapping up when he needed to. Big Baby Miller. He pumped the whole fight. He threw a lot of punches. He wasn't 300 pounds like he did come in under 300 pounds like he promised he would. He looked like he was in shape because he threw a lot of punches. Andrew Ruiz started off okay, but then Big Baby caught him with some stuff because he didn't get tired. Andy Ruiz did. And I got to give him, he finished the fight with a broken hand. So I got to give him that too. He broke his hand in the fight. So I won't be too hard on him. Who I miss?
Somebody need to get on the email and email Turkey, brother Turkey, and tell him he need to set up Super Matias versus Pitbull Cruz. That's what we need. Put that on one of them cards on Riyadh season.
Matias Subriel versus Pitbull?
Yes.
A clash of mini titans?
Yeah, I need that. I need that fight.
Might tag him on Twitter and put that on there. He might just read it and try to make a fight.
Yeah, somebody put that shit up on Twitter.
D-Lo, don't you got the Twitter?
Huh?
I asked D-Lo, I say, don't he got the Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on it, but I'll see if I can get on there. I think the Kane be on there making noise. He probably got more motion than I do.
Yeah, we need for that one.
We need Pitbull versus Super Matias, man. That'll be the Rumble. Man, that's Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Pitbull ain't shame about refusing to fight somebody now.
Huh? Shit, that's a championship level fighter. That's the type of fighter to get you back in contention.
Yeah, but hey, we saw how he moved around when he thought he had that Tank rematch in his back pocket. He was very tentative, and then he finally got to a realization that Tank wasn't studying him. And then he finally started taking some fights, but he was trying his best not to take anything risky. So now he done got another L. He probably figured, man, I'm messing around and get a third L. I'm gonna be a journeyman. Even though that ain't true, but I'm just saying.
He already got 3 losses. He only won 4.
Yeah, that'll be the 4th one. Yeah, I forgot about the one he already had before he fought Tank.
Yeah.
He started thinking like, man, I'm messing around getting a 4 mil. Woo.
Yeah, his star power will start to fizzle out. Remember,
Or
Tate said he was a star born that night.
or 2 in a row.
So, Anthony, the Turkey say Anthony Joshua and the boys coming up when in August or September. I read it. I already asking somebody else what he said.
What is that?
I'm thinking about Anthony Joshua and the boys. That's coming up, cooking on the corner. But I'm really want to see what he gonna unroll in part of 25 and what he got coming, the fights that he's talking about having here in America.
He said he got some shit cooking too. I'm ready, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm licking my lips, licking my chops. Like, who could he be talking to? You know what I'm saying? I know, he named them off, all those different names that he named in there. He really much talking to everybody.
He said he gonna have something for Crawford, so Crawford gonna be in the mix.
Let me say it before we fight your fight. Say, we got to put some respect on him. If His Highness is, I mean, what you call it? His Highness,
His Excellency.
His Excellency. If His Excellency, oh man, why they bring you in here? If His Excellency is calling him Legend Crawford, we gonna have to go ahead and call him give him his legend status while he running around in the boxing world. This little dog about to make me get out.
Yeah, we already say Crawford like Mayweather and shit, so we giving him his credit.
So, with that being said, I think we had a pretty good show.
Hold on, we got to say something about the fights this weekend. At least a little something.
Yeah, that's right. This is your time to let us know what we got coming up.
Okay, so the first fight is Virgil Ortiz versus Sergey Boachuk. That fight speak for itself. I know my man DeCane said that he feel like Virgil Ortiz gonna beat the brakes off Sergey Boachuk, but I'm really not so sure. I mean, I think it's some question marks about Virgil Ortiz as far as his health and shit like that. I know this dude Boachuk, he healthy. Ukraine been very hot lately, and he fight for his country and all that kind of shit. He been talking about it, so I know he willing to die up in that motherfucker. He has been stopped before. He got stopped. What's my man name? The real nice guy at 154 to be fighting that. Brandon Adams. Brandon the Cannon. He got stopped by Brandon Adams because he was actually winning the fight, but he was pressing a little bit too much and got caught with a hook and got knocked out.
Inexperience.
But he pretty tough though, and he coming and bringing some heat. Like that win he got in his last fight over Daniel. He got Daniel Mendoza, I think is his name. That was brutal. I ain't never seen nobody do Mendoza like that. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he made a good point though. He said, man, that PBC shit fool you. And it has fooled us. But he do got an amateur background and stuff like that. He got over 150 amateur fights. I didn't see nothing specific. It just said that he has won international tournaments and shit. So I put him at like a 4 because I don't know what tournaments he won or nothing. So I put him at a 4 by default. And I got Virgil Ortiz at a 4. He an Olympian and shit. 140 and 20 amateur record. Won some national championships, went to the Olympics. So I think it's and the odds makers got Virgil Ortiz as I think 3.5 to 1 favorite, minus 350. So they giving Boachuk a little bit of respect. I think he got a little action. I actually put a little bit of money on Boachuk, just in case Virgil Ortiz have off night. You know what I'm saying? Charles Conwell and Kiari Gray, That's gonna be that should be like a showcase fight for Charles Conwell. Go out there and get him out of there. Kenneth Sim Jr. coming off a long layoff. I think this is his first fight since fighting against Batir Akhmedov. He fighting this guy Jair Valtierra, kind of tough. I won't be surprised if Kenneth Sims get upset coming out this long layoff because I think he ain't fought in I want to say 15 months. And we got Gabriela Fondor versus Daniela Asenio. I'll let my boy the King speak on that because he know.
Well, shit, I don't know too much about Arsenio. To be honest with you, I just like seeing Gabriella fight. So I'm gonna catch the fight regardless.
Okay, so but she's the champion, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then we got Eric Priest versus Luca Lozo. I looked up Eric Priest and saw he got an amateur background. I don't remember about his opponent too much though. I had looked at him. I don't really remember. We got Cecilia Brækhus versus Maricela Cornejo.
What you thinking about that one, bro? I think at this point in her career, Breakers might fuck around and lose to damn Cornejo, who has improved some, but still got ass whooped by Clarissa, but she's improved. She got a nice little jab now. Um, Shit, that might be enough to beat Breakers at this point because Breakers up there in age. She ain't been looking too great in her last few performances.
I know, man. That Cornejo though. When she fought Carissa, she ain't seem like she had nothing.
No, she didn't. But
Yeah,
that's against Clarissa
We
though.
talking about the growth though, you know what I'm saying?
but
Just got a knockout at light heavyweight, just took 2 minutes. We talking about growth, she might not look too good against that.
I just can't shake that out of my mind. But the Kane said that the woman done improved. I honestly haven't seen her improvement fights. It ain't like I just be watching all the fights. You know what I'm saying? I have to go take a look at it then.
I think it might be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Even if Breaker's able to pull it out, I don't think it's gonna be easy for her at this point, unless she been improving too in her old age.
Yeah. Well, damn, you got me reconsidering my pick and shit now.
What was that other lady?
I mean,
She
it's
was
worth looking
40
at.
in the champ.
Yeah, nigga. You saying it, puts more weight on the shit. God damn, this nigga here.
Well, she still only got 2 official losses, both of them to Jessica McCaskill, which I mean, that don't look good either. But hey.
But McCaskill, she the type of opponent that you would expect to be the classy type fighter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know she got beat by the other chick that beat Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name right now.
Chantel Cameron.
I can't never think of her name. Chantel Cameron. But she's still one of them rough and rugged type of fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be too mad at her, man. That kind of remind me of when what's my man name? Adair Hofree, when he went out there and got beat by the Japanese fighter, fighting Harada. He beat him twice. And Adair Hofree, he one of the greatest, I think, featherweight. No, it's bantamweight, I think, of all time. He was kind of remind you of Alexis Arguello type fighter, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But he let this guy fighting Harado get up in there and just bring that whirlwind to him. And that kind of remind me of McCaskill versus Jessica McCaskill.
Okay.
I ain't gonna hold that against her too much. I'm gonna go ahead and be nervous, but I'm gonna go ahead and take Cecilia Brækhus. I'm gonna be nervous though.
Yeah, I mean it ain't a bad pick. I mean, she went out there and had a draw with Terry Harper recently. She on the downturn.
So you think she about to go out to pasture?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
What's the woman name that she had a draw with?
Terry Harper.
Terry Harper. That's who I promised to God. That's who I thought it was. I just couldn't think of her name. I have trouble remembering her name too. But if you had Terry Harper fighting against this Cornejo, who would you take?
I'd probably go with Harper.
Okay, I'm gonna take Breakers then. If you'll go with Harper in that fight, I'm gonna take Breakers. So we just gonna let the chips fall where they may. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all,
All right, the next
y'all
fight
just
we
go
got,
flip it like that.
huh?
Y'all just split it down the middle from so much.
Oh yeah, that's how we gonna do it right there. I feel good about it too. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? For real.
All right, I feel great.
Yeah. Luis Alberto Lopez versus Angelo Leo could potentially be the fight of the year. Not the maybe fight of the year. I don't know. They both some warriors for sure. That ain't even what I was trying to say. I was trying to say the fight of the weekend. That felt
Might
like
speak it into existence.
we like spoke for real. But they got Luis Alberto Lopez as a pretty big favorite over this guy, 5.5 to 1 favorite. I don't know why though. Luis Alberto Lopez really ain't got no amateur background. Angelo Leo was 65-10. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what level he fought on though. Don't nothing specify like was he on the regional level? Was he on a national level? So I don't really know. But he got more than nothing. He very tough. His only loss is a cool boy Steph. You know what I'm saying? I think he got action against this motherfucker, Luis Alberto Lopez. He got some good wins and shit. Salute to him. But this dude Lopez is tough, man. He's got some pretty good fundamentals. Um, I heard a commentator one time say that Luis Alberto Lopez, his style is like he got a fighting style that look like Saturday morning cartoons. That shit looks so crazy sometimes. Cause he just get jumping in with all kind of
God
wild.
damn.
You got to see him fight. But I will say this though, you always got to be weary when you're going against the fucking Mexican with 3 names. And Luis Alberto Lopez.
Yeah.
He coming with some shit.
He fighting for more than just him, boy. He got 3 different generations on his back. He fighting for heritage, family, everything, the ancestors. When they got 3 names, I don't care if you ain't never heard of them. They got 3 names. They finna fight their ass off.
Yeah, they got to fight. But he do got 2 losses though, so he ain't impossible to beat. But he has beat some good. Yeah, he a hell of a fighter. I mean, he went out there and beat the brakes off Gabriel Flores. That's what put him on the scene. That's what put his name out there when he beat Gabriel Flores. Gabriel Flores is a multiple-time national champion. You know what I'm saying? So he can fight. He got a lot of several good wins. But I think this guy Angelo Leo is underrated though, man. At the very least, he gonna make this a good ass fight. That's probably why I'm thinking it might be a fight of the year, like on some prophetic Freudian slip type stuff. But the next fight, Lindolfo Delgado versus Brian Flores, that's a good fight. Lindolfo Delgado, one of the Robert Garcia fighters. I put him high on the pedigree scale. I'm gonna have to start thinking how I want to classify
the coach
tournament. I got how I classify tournaments like the Pan American Games and shit like that, European Games and all that.
Or how much weight they carry.
Yeah, how much weight they carry. Because I've been giving them a whole bunch of weight. Like if you win gold in these tournaments, they get you a 5 on my scale, and that's probably too much because a lot of those tournaments are qualifying tournaments for the big boy tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Like you win at the Pan American Games, they can get you qualified for the Olympic Games. You see what I'm saying? So how can I give you a 5? How can I give you a 5 for winning the qualifying tournament? You see what I'm saying?
Right. What
So
did you do after that? I can see where it could be revamped.
yeah, so I'm thinking about how I want to do that. But I will say overall, it ain't really just had me just wrong a bunch of times. Said if you go out there and win gold at the Pan American Games, you are indeed a good fighter. So it's still been pretty good. I just think I probably should put some changes right there, maybe.
Shoot, you had enough sample sizes, I say. Some good runs on it, some runs where you notice the mistakes. Yeah, you can do a little upgrade to it and change it up a little bit. I'm pretty sure it'll make a hell of a difference. Now that you can actually see that each tournament should have a different weight to it, because if it's just a qualifying tournament and somebody else won a gold, how they both get, I mean, a gold medal with the Olympics or something, how they both get to be qualified is that high, the highest number there is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking I might say, I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do that shit.
Take your time. We still got a season to go. Riyadh season just getting started. And Eric R said, "Good night, family. I'm gonna finish in the AM." I'm sure he already probably gone and laid it down. And Lala D, she say, don't miss the
My fault.
400."
I was over here watching this damn Berlanga Canelo press conference where Caleb stood up and was talking shit.
When him and Berlanga got into it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Canelo was like, Caleb, I got this.
I'm
I
gonna
got
take
this.
care of it. Yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
care of this for you. Don't worry.
Oh,
Yeah, it was one of those
man.
moments, bro. It was one of those moments. I used to be high on Caleb, but I was like, damn, Caleb, not now. This ain't the time for you to. Caleb, you to let Canelo save you in front of everybody. Don't worry about it. I got it. I got him. God damn.
Oh man.
Yeah, it went down like that, bro.
His
Canelo came to the rescue.
His daddy came and saved him, huh?
Because Belonga called, he said, I ain't gonna get knocked out. I think this is what he said. I ain't gonna get, I know I got more. What the hell did he say? Because it was kind of insulting. Because he did say that, Canelo think he all this because he fought Mayweather, Laura. He named some good names. And then he said his mental, but that's not the word he was using. His boxing IQ. That's what it was. His IQ was better than theirs. And Canelo, when he was telling him, calm down, I got it. He was like, you think your boxing IQ like Mayweather? He literally said, you think your boxing IQ like Mayweather? Lauder? Oh.
Say, come on, bro. Go Canelo. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, he cut up. He was cutting up. So I'm like, he already telling you that you ain't those dudes at all. So I promise you're gonna feel pain. I think he called himself calling the knockout round, didn't he, DK? He said round 8 or 9. 9, I think.
Nah,
He
I
said
didn't
you're
get
gonna
to
feel
that part.
pain. You're gonna feel pain for 8 rounds. 8 rounds. I'm like, he telling this man when he gonna knock him out.
Yeah, I could tell Canelo don't like him, so he might get fucked up. But the guy, he was 162-17 as an amateur, 8-time national champion, and you would think he would have a chance. But the only thing about this motherfucker is that he don't fight with no angle. He comes straight in. I see Canelo getting in his uppercut bag, like I was talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the way he stand, he begging for an uppercut. The way his stance is, his post up is, like he got his hands kind of like spread in front of his face, looking for an uppercut. You just have to see what I'm talking about, man. You gonna have to just pull up some belonging, and you'll see exactly what I mean.
How he had the mitts kind of to the side, like he looking through some binoculars.
I guess something like that. You just have to see, man. Like it's
tailor made for you to shoot up the middle.
Yeah, it's tailor made for that, and it looks. I can't even think of the fucking word, but it looks like something that only he does. Like it stands out. Like it's something that's, you know what I'm saying. Like, you have to see what I'm saying. He got a nice little right hand though. Yeah, he got a nice little chopping right hand that I like. He can come back with the hook a little bit. When he come back with the hook, it's real loose. Like he ain't tight with keeping a right hand up and shit like that. If he end up hooking with a hooker, because Canelo is a hooker, he gonna get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? See, he talking shit to Caleb Plant, but what Caleb Plant had was a lateral movement and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had a similar type of pedigree, not quite as much as Belonga, of course. Caleb Plant was 97-20, and he won gold at the National Pal, National Pal tournament. So he got a little pedigree to him, 3.5, but he ain't no 8-time national champion and all that kind of shit. But he just got the legs and stuff, man. You know, that's what give Canelo problems too. That's what Laura had to give Canelo some problems. So this motherfucker Belonga gonna be coming straight to him. He hold his hands in an inviting way for an uppercut, and I think we're gonna see Canelo in that uppercut bag. For real.
Well, I think we could all agree and say Canelo only pick who we think he gonna beat. He made a mistake with Bivol. He made a mistake there. Made a mistake mess with Floyd. Got forced in. I don't know. I won't say forced. Made a mistake doing it with Laura, even though he got the win. I don't really. I ain't gonna rag on Canelo. Canelo is Canelo, and he got his fans, and they love it. But I don't watch Canelo see him lose because I just don't watch Canelo. So he's not there to me. He's not at that spot where everybody is paying to see him lose because I don't give a shit.
Man, they were talking about Canelo going up to cruiserweight and fighting Martin McCauley brother. I can't think his name right now. Ilunga Makabu or some shit like that. They was talking about Canelo possibly could beat Usyk. That motherfucker Bivol just beat the ambition out that motherfucker. Fuck that shit, man.
You don't want to rematch.
Yeah, I'm going back to 168, nigga. I'm fighting 154 pounders and except Crawford. And, fuck the rest of that shit, you know what I'm saying?
People say, I'll come down to your weight class and we fight for your belt. He ain't even asked. He act like that wouldn't even see it.
Yeah, for real.
He ain't even talking to me. Who people talking to? He talking to your ass. Fuck you mean who he talking to? He talking to you. Yeah. You don't want that smoke, huh? Oh man, look who I haven't seen in a long time join the conversation in the chat. Cypher Supreme TV. What's going on, man? He say salute, y'all.
Salute, bro.
It's been a minute. Hope everything going well for you. Our boy Decane fell off on us. He's not gonna be able to give us that send up like he usually does because his phone was on 1%. Had to bounce before it died.
Yeah.
He was the officer on Unc and nephew, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Sure, what's been going on? Oh, I didn't read Lala's. Let me go ahead and get that because I know she'll be like, he ain't read my thing. He said, everything is great. That's good, man, because it's been a minute. She said, don't miss out on the 400-meter final. All three Americans are in the final, including the teenager. And Brian Norman, too. And their toughest competition is going to be Kriani Jones. I hope I'm saying it, not butchering it. From Grenada tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And she off tomorrow. So she could watch it. I should be home about 10 because I'm going in at like 3, 4 o'clock. So I can get it over with. She say, oh no, that's Rod X. He said he see you bet on a lot of underdogs.
You know what? I just started doing that shit, bro. I used to just bet. See, basically, I get 74% of my bets right. So I normally just put my money where that 74% is. But lately, I saw that I've been passing up a lot of good opportunities when I feel like it's a 50-50 bet, but I'm getting plus odds because that's like, let's say I'm getting 2-to-1 odds on a coin flip or 3-to-1 odds on a coin flip. Hell, that Goya Ritzian versus Adon Amir Khani, and that was 7-1 odds on a coin flip. And it ended in a split decision, just like a coin flip. I saw the same thing in the Pitbull Cruz versus Rayo fight. That was 2-1 odds on the coin. 6.5-1 odds on what I saw as a coin flip. And it was a split decision as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I just said, man, you know what? I need to start betting some of them coin flips. So that's why you start seeing the underdog. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just straight mathematics, bro. And when I thought about that shit, and I talked to my pops about it too. My dad was like, shit, I don't really see how you can lose in that situation. When he was talking about it, it made me just think like maybe that should be my primary. Instead of looking for that 74%, because a lot of the time I might have to lay like 5 to 6 or something like that. So I'm putting money in a situation like that, or like the Jared Anderson fight, we had to lay 2-1 in that fight. So I'm putting money into that when I could be putting more money in the 6.5 on the coin flip. So
Right.
that's why you hear that shit.
And that answers that. As of late, he said, La D say Trey X is crazy. Moody Trayweather clocked out on us, say catch the fam later, peace and blessings.
Salute.
Rod X mentioned Julio Cesar Chavez, Juan Manuel Marquez, to name a few.
The motherfucking Sweet Pea should have got the victory over Julio Cesar Chavez. That's the original. Y'all know I beat that boy. The whole hood know I beat that boy. That's who should have said that shit, and he would have been right because he went out there and outclassed Julio Cesar Chavez.
Didn't they steal a win from him against Golden Boy too?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people felt that way. I have to go back and refresh my memory on that one. I know at one point I thought I saw that I felt like De La Hoya was the winner, but there was another time I watched it. It felt like Sweet Pea should have won that fight. I had to go back and look again to see how I feel on the third time.
Okay. Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm.
Yeah.
So let's see. Now I can't believe I'm seeing this man here. I ain't seen Cypher Supreme. He the one got me hooked on Anchor when I started telling those stories, which I done wrote up a few of them. I'm gonna have to start releasing. Keep
Yeah.
working in the background quietly as it's kept.
Yes, I was Supreme player.
Yeah. I was checking him out on there. He said been busy grinding and traveling. Oh shoot, ain't nothing wrong with getting some traveling on. Grinding is always good because that helps the traveling go.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try to go to the go into the Caribbean for our next vacation coming up. My daughter there been traveling so much they ain't slowed down yet. My grandson has been only 2 months and a couple of weeks now. And he's been from Houston to San Antonio, back to Houston, back to San Antonio. Now he in California. Little
Yeah.
man getting his travel on and don't even know where he going.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me. Oh yeah, that's pretty much all the interesting fights. It's a few more fights. I
I
don't
could
really
have
know a
sworn that
lot
I
about
saw
these
Caroline
guys.
Du Bois. I thought I saw her name on the fight card.
She fought last week. I thought she fought last week and got a decision.
Okay. I know. I thought I saw her. I just didn't hear nothing about her fight.
Yeah.
Man, I don't. Well, yes, I do. Let me that because I got some yard work to do tomorrow. I'm gonna go out there and cut some. I got this chainsaw, bro, and it's a tree to fill in my backyard, so I got this chainsaw. I'm gonna go out here and do my Paul Bunyan thing tomorrow after I get off in the morning.
Yeah.
Make the wife, look at me See my muscle flexing in the light of the early morning sun.
I ain't my nigga. That's what I don't need that visual, nigga.
Oh man.
This nigga tripping, man.
Man, look at that. Whew.
Nigga.
We waited a long time to get a shot in where everybody can say, damn, yeah, I caught you, got you with that one. Because they done ran me into stuff and read it. It's been great.
Yeah.
So, anything else going on? Anybody want to dispute the fact that Terrence Crawford right now, he seems to be the man of this generation. It's a lot of people clamoring and lipping about who's next. This boot situation. Excuse me. The boot situation, I still don't see no clear way at it unless Turkey Al-Sheikh put that money up. And that'll go to what you said about all money ain't good money and everything that shine ain't gold. So you mess around and go out there and get a nice bag because, you know, it's out there for you and get your ass whooped pretty good. Now, I'm not saying Boots not a talent. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you might do something a little too soon and you're not quite ready yet.
Nah, he a champion and shit already. He on a different level than Big Baby Anderson. I'm talking about the prospects, and he trying to put you off in a big fight. I guess Anderson might have been like a young contender or something, but he definitely wasn't like a polished fighter. And
Okay.
Boots on a different level. Yeah, so Boots definitely can go.
Okay. So we might be looking at him at 154 pretty soon. That's the only way I can see it busting out.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to fight Terrence Crawford. You got to come to 154. Crawford is not going back to 147 to fight no Jerron Ennis. That would be dumb.
Because Turkey said he the legend.
Yeah, that would be stupid. You know, you're an older fighter. Why would you go back down and wait once you move up? If Boots Ennis want to fight, let him come to 154.
Come on and get some. And we'll see what happens when you start getting hit back.
And plus, Crawford got a belt at 154 now. So why the fuck would he go back to 147? Like, hell no. Nah.
Especially since he already had all the belts at 147.
Exactly.
Crawford said it's still hard to make 154. Are you serious? That's coming in from Duquesne.
Ennis needs to fight against Stan Jonas. That's who he needs to fight. We need Ennis versus Stan Jonas.
Oh, we should email that to Turkey.
Yeah.
We should email that to Turkey.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see what he said. Yeah, I think Sweet. He said Cypher Supreme agrees. He said, I think Sweet Pea did win. Should Fedora be next for that boy? Don't wait, what? Should Fedora be next? But that boy don't want it. I think Fedora got a fight coming up, or are they both still like on a suspended list for injury? Him and Earl, that is. But I thought they had a fight coming up. It's not that Fedora don't want it, because when they got through after he won the belt, he was all up for a fight with Crawford. But you know, sometimes what's the word I'm looking for? Politics play a bigger role in it, and seeing that they both up under the same umbrella at the time of the conversation that was going on, you think Fedora will end up naturally fighting Spence first?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, Crawford already said it was still too hard to make 147. He puts his weight on slowly, the right way. This is coming from AI Beats and Music, aka Decay.
It's just his natural weight. He just look strong at that weight.
Yeah, like I said, you know, I can't wait for it. But shit, if he already said it's hard to make that weight, how much more bigger could he be?
Yeah,
That's That's my question. How much more can you go up before it's easy? Before you're not having a struggle with it? Because I'm still waiting to see. I want to see the dude that at the weight he has no struggle with. A little bit of running. Most of the time I'm in the gym practicing my craft. I'm pretty much hovering at that weight right there.
Yeah, when he putting on muscle, so that's gonna make it hard to make weight because muscle is heavy. So
Yeah, you don't want to be burning up muscle because that's gonna hurt you. Burning it up to lose weight, that is. Cypher Sabrina said he about to drop that belt to fight Spence instead. You think so? I thought that's what the whole purpose of the fight for. That's Spence's opportunity to win a belt. Bud just had his fight. Like I said, at the moment, Spence and Fundora, I don't think they cleared medically to fight yet. That's why we haven't heard it being set up solidly. The last thing that was reported on it was that they were still suspended medically because of the fight. And something wrong with Spence. I don't know what's wrong with him.
oh no, I'm high as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna even lie. But
You sound a little bud.
Yeah, that shit that look like it's out of left field like a motherfucker. That's my nigga right there, Cypher Supreme TV all day. But he said he about to drop that belt to fight Spence instead. You really think he about to drop the belt, bro? I can't see him dropping the belt, my nigga. I can't see it. That man be wanting to be undisputed and all that kind of shit. I can't see him just dropping the belt to fight Spence.
Okay, maybe I'm confused. I thought he was talking about Fundora dropping the belt, which I'm like,
Fundora dropping the belt. Okay, I thought you were talking about Crawford, man.
Oh no, because that'd be a unification fight if Spence can actually get the belt. If he can wrestle that belt away from Fundora, that makes that conversation come to life.
Yeah. I'm tripping. My bad, man.
Yeah, he said he was talking about Fundora, but I'm like, he don't have to drop the belt to do it because the way it's set up, he has a chance to knock off Spence because Spence only lost to Crawford. So that would be a good notch for him if he could knock Spence off, because he could be like, oh yeah, I knocked off Spence too. So that danger, I'm already past that. Bring on Crawford.
Yeah.
Because the jury is still out, in my opinion, against Spence right now. I just don't know what to expect from the young man. I ain't seen him. I ain't heard from him. No footage of him sparring, running, lifting weights, jumping jacks, nothing.
Who, Spence?
Yeah. They didn't even show him looking like he was about to take off and do some sprinting or some jogging and nothing. I ain't seen any, no hair, nothing of it. So at this moment, like I say, the jury is out on him still. Ain't no telling what's going to happen when he go out there and face Fundora. Fedora just got through getting through Tim Zoo. Yeah, I know he elbowed him in the head and got the bust him open. But just think about it. He went through the rest of the fight, accepted some punches to that broken nose, but he was able to persevere. He overcame his knockout loss. Spence got to overcome his.
Yeah. Oh man. I hope Earl can get in there and do something, man. I'm skeptical. I ain't gonna even lie. Coming off another big long layoff.
Long. Last time he took a long layoff, he took a good ass whooping.
Yeah, a good one.
So good, I don't even really want to bring it up no more.
Yeah, if he was going against the best fighter in the world, though. So.
Yep. And thinking about what D'Lo said, the first knockdown, he was right. Crawford did go to the body. Then Spence went to the body. Crawford caught him with the jab straight and dropped him. Oh, I know I killed you. Good.
No, you say you caught him with the what?
He went to the body. He went to Spence's body, and he came up, and Spence went down to the body, and he was off balance, and he overreached, and Crawford caught him with a left and then a right, and dropped him.
Yeah, he caught him with a 2-1. Straight left hand and came back with a jab.
Yeah.
Not a typical combination at all.
There was a throw out because it kind of, if you didn't know better, you think somebody had like it glitched and ran backwards for a second, like you saw the 1-2 being rewind.
Yeah.
And that's what sent him down. So D-Lo, you was right, D-Lo. I give you that. Crawford is mandatory, bro. Well, we'll see what happens. He could, if he walk away from the fight with Spence and decide to unify with Crawford, then so be it. Crawford still chasing greatness. And
I say Crawford has set me straight, man. I ain't got nothing else to say. I ain't betting against him no more. Fucking my money off. I ain't fucking with Crawford. Square business. That dude there is a great fighter, man. A great fighter. I gotta give him his credit. I mean,
he stay in the gym. He all the stuff that we say we like about fighters. Being a gym rat, knowledgeable about the game, think inside the ring, able to combat so far every style that's come against him, make people weary about trying to run up on him, not letting anybody out boxing. That's pretty. And he knocked people out.
Yeah, don't wear no purses.
Nope.
You see him
no
with
too long shirts that almost look like a skirt.
Yep, you see him with the same woman all these years.
Love his babies.
Yep. Be with his kids. So he's a great role model. He hell of a motherfucking fighter as a southpaw for sure.
Our sister in the house, AB09. Great live, fellas. I tried to hang in with y'all the whole time, but I can't. Laughing out loud. Rest in power, Irv H. My condolences at Gil Coles. Good night, y'all. Good night, sis.
What's up to my Amazon angel? What's going down?
That's nice to know she ride with us as long as I don't even know where she came, but I sure appreciate her being here. Earl is never fighting again, in case y'all all didn't know. Uh-oh. Hyphy comes out of nowhere with that one. I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't be hurt. But I don't think I think he's gonna come out there again. He got some pride about himself. Only way he can't fight again if he has some kind of medical situation and just say, if you fight, it's detrimental to your health. Like when they was telling Sugar Ray not to fight with the eye pain.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. And you go through a tough ass car wreck like that. Fight to come back so you can get your ass demolished by Crawford. That's fucked up, bro.
No, what's messed up is you get demolished by him, and then all of a sudden you can't get healthy enough to come back. So now it's gonna be like a label stick to it. This nigga beat your ass so bad that he broke you from boxing.
Yeah.
Dang, Earl. Come on, man. You got to come on back and damn. I'll take tune-ups though. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, come back and let's get a tune-up in though. Maybe even two of them.
Let's see how you feel, how you gonna move. You running up against Fundora. He feeling himself right now. He know he elbowed Tim Zoo, but he don't give a damn. He'll elbow your ass too.
And it's southpaw on southpaw. On top of that.
And you showed us that you can't really get away from a jab against the southpaw. Especially if they hit you with a power jab. It's like surprising to you. But then again, I can't even say maybe he learned something because this is going to be the first test after getting your ass whooped. What you learned from the test? I'm about to show you. Not a goddamn thing. He keep hitting you with the same punch like The other dude was hitting you,
And
but maybe not.
Fedora, I don't know what Fedora reach is, but it's long as hell.
I think it's at least 80.
It looked like it's up there like that. I don't
It's
know
at
what it is.
least 80.
I was thinking 78, 79, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 80. I know it's up there.
Yeah,
So he gonna
Fedora
have to
was
deal,
hella long.
he
No
gonna have to
diddy.
deal with that from the southpaw stance, nigga. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be tough to navigate that shit.
That boy Cypher Supreme say more like he finna get turned up. No diddy. I don't know what's finna happen, but he go the big fish really finna have to prove it. And he going up against the Tyrant Inferno. He got arms like fishing poles. He got super long reach, so he better mess around and not get reeled in for the second time. Because the last dude he met, who arms was longer than his, reeled his ass right on in. Wore some shorts with some fish, the nets like he was going fishing. He almost like a black Aquaman.
Yeah, man. I mean, nothing against him personally. It just he done showed us that he'd had problems with southpaws since the amateurs. I always talk about it. Like he went to the AIBA World Championships and he went to the Olympics. He lost to Andre Zamkovoy, a southpaw. I think he's from Russia or something. And he lost to Cyril Sepiel. I can't remember where he from. But two southpaws. And they put him out the Olympics and AIBA World Championships. Early in his career, he got hurt by a southpaw, Emmanuel Arte. He didn't fight no more southpaws after that, if I'm not mistaken. I know he fought against Chris Van Heerden, who could switch southpaw. As a matter of fact, in the 5th and the 6th round of they
He
fight,
did.
he showed a little something against Earl and kind of pushed him back a little bit when he was in the southpaw stance. That kind of gave me a little bit of nervousness when he was going into the Crawford fight. There was a little brief time where I was taking Crawford because of that reason too. But I went on ahead and just stayed down, you know what I'm saying, with my guy Earl. Rolled with Texas and all that kind of shit. And
Yeah, I went the same route.
yeah.
I
So,
was so all in, talking noise to the cane and everything. I was so deep in, I wasn't even thinking no more. I was just saying, you know what? This is a Texas thing against Nebraska. Fuck it. I'm all in. Boy, I didn't think about nothing. I wouldn't look at the Terrence. I was just gonna say I'm going in with my eyes closed and I open them up, they're gonna be fighting, and my guy gonna be winning. That is
yeah.
not what happened at all.
Yeah. But, you know, it's all good though.
Yep. The cane say fish get fried in infernos. No shit. We saw it happen. That's why I'm telling you now. He got to beware because this dude got some long fishing poles. I would hate to see him get reeled in again. I've been looking at this fight since he stepped his ass in the ring, trying to figure out how exactly will Earl beat this guy. He's not a hell of a, bob and weave to get in kind of dude. He more put his hands up, pump the jab, and come through. His arm's not even close to make up any of the ground that Fedora finna put between them if he using his jab.
Yeah.
How he gonna get in there, man? Fedora, unless Fedora just say, you know what, come on, get close to me so we can fight in close.
I mean, he gonna have to use the same principles. He gonna have to parry and jab and slip and jab his way on the inside. You know, it'd be good if he had a
Fedora
little
not as
bob
fast.
and weave.
Yeah, if he had some bob and weave, would help a lot. Cause he didn't have no bob and weave. That other fight he had, none. If Fedora not as fast as Terrence, so he might could actually parry something and follow up in and get in close. But we still don't even know who training this dude.
He gonna want to get on the inside and try to go to the body on him. But Fedora can fight on the inside though. Even though he real tall with long arms, he still can fight on the inside. That's what he do.
Yeah, that's where he was the more exciting fighter. I think Duquesne was. I can't remember who made the joke that somebody beat him into punched his ass into boxing when he got knocked out. Say they knocked the brawl out of him. And Cypher Supreme say that's the good. That's the good thing is Fundora likes to fight in close. He doesn't use his reach. Yeah, with his last fight, he kind of used his reach. He used his reach. He was using his reach against what am I trying? Tim Zoo. He was using his reach against Tim Zoo. He really wasn't taking it inside quarters because actually when Tim Zoo got in close, he was getting the better of the work. He was landing the more telling shots. Let me put it like that.
Yeah, that was the first time we ever seen that though. I guess since he got knocked out the fight before, he wanted to start boxing a little bit and try to use his reach and use his height and use his jab. Instead of brawling so much, he want to box instead of going to war. But Earl don't hit hard like Tim Zoo or Mendoza though. Like hit you with one shot and knock you out. Like I don't think I ever seen Earl do that.
No, it's accumulation.
Yeah, it's accumulation of damage where he beat you down to the body and all this shit. Or he hit you in the liver. If he hit you in the liver one shot, he get you out of there. Yeah, so I don't think that Fundora gonna have the same type of respect for Earl. So he might be willing to brawl with Earl. He might just go out there and just whoop Earl ass.
Damn. I thought you was gonna say he might go out there and decide, fuck it, we gonna fight in close and have a great battle. You just go out there and whoop Earl ass. Get your ass out of here. You know you've been out the ring too long.
Yeah, you coming off a long layoff and shit, going up to a new division. This dude is the last of the giants. Like he the last of his kind. The last of the Nephilim.
Oh, not the Nephilim. This man went deep into history with that one.
Yeah,
woo, he hit the Bible chords.
Yeah, and you coming off a layoff to fight him? Like, I don't know, man.
Boy, that's a good man. He no longer the Tower in the Inferno. He a Nephilim.
But he lucky that he ain't fighting the undefeated version of Fundora.
Oh, the pre knockout.
Yeah, the pre knockout.
Like to brawl, get in close to throw those tight uppercuts.
Yeah, he lucky he ain't getting that. He getting this more cautious version of Fundora. But like I said, it's a chance that he might not be as cautious with Earl like that.
Seeing that Earl just came off of a knockout, a stoppage. But it was against Terrence Crawford. Fundora ain't Crawford. Let me give Earl a little something. That boy AI beats the music say Algieri might be the only person Earl dropped with one shot to the head. He was off balance a little bit too. I ain't gonna put cables on it, as D-Lo like to say. But he put a lot of damage on Algieri in that fight too, though. He was getting some good clean shots. Algieri just wasn't ready.
Yeah, Earl, he didn't just lose a regular fight though. It ain't, or even a knockout. It ain't like he just got hit with one hard shot and got knocked out. Like he got the hell beat out of him. Like he took a whole nother car wreck and shit.
He got Baby Anderson. Well, I guess Baby Anderson, I have to say he got Earl Spence.
Yeah, it was something like that. But even more severe because it was more drawn out. Big Baby shit just lasted a few rounds. How long that shit go?
I thought he went like 8 rounds.
Big Baby went 8 rounds?
No, I'm wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. 4 rounds.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, Earl, his fight lasted 9.
That's a lot of ass whooping when you're not able to protect. He did fight back though. I give him that. Like Miller did. I mean, like Anderson did. He tried to fight back, and at least he was able to. They both got a couple. I see Anderson pop off a good number of rounds. He got away with an uppercut and a couple of good straights, but boy was kind of eating, just like Crawford ate Earl shots. Uh.
Yeah, yeah.
AI music say a whole nother car wreck. That's what that ass whooping was like, a whole nother car wreck.
Yeah.
The fifth. It was the fifth round. Not the fourth, it was the fifth. Jim Big Baby Anderson was stopped in the fifth. In my computerized decaying voice. That boy Cypher Supreme say Bacoli is a juggernaut.
He is, man. And he say he want the winner of Usyk versus
Fury.
yeah.
If
Usyk win, Bacoli might be the computer printout of everything that he don't need.
Always coming, tall, fights down, not bring his height down, but shoot his punches down.
Yeah, that big motherfucker, 280 something pounds. And he fight in a style that preserves energy, but it inflicts a lot of damage.
Kind of like George Foreman used to be.
Yep.
Stand up straight pretty much.
Yep, he ain't trying to play chess with you.
Throwing the same good hard shots. Not changing up too much, varying the speed. Just grinding away. And potentially he catch you with one. And it dizzy your ass up. Before you know it, you out.
Yeah. He's just so much bigger than Usyk.
Yeah, I don't even know. Let me think.
No, he'll probably whoop Tyson Fury too right now because he's just so hungry.
I was thinking it'd be a better fight with Fury. I would give him. I would rather see him fight Fury first because they both closer in size as far as height wise go. Fury a little bigger. Fury probably Fury a good distance bigger than him because he only like 6'3", 6'4", huh?
I see Bacoli whooping Fury for some reason.
Cause he keep coming. If he keep emergency type pressure on Fury like Usyk did, like he did to Big Baby, I think he can get to Fury and test that chin too.
Yeah, I think he'll hurt Fury, man.
Fury has been able to bob and weave on a lot of the other guys, but they didn't keep pressure on him. Like if that big dude Bacoli could keep some pressure on him, keep shooting that 1-2, throwing some hooks and some uppercuts in there, cause Fury is susceptible to an uppercut here and there, now and again.
Yeah.
Then when you see it, he could whoop Fury, I instantly saw Usyk having his ass just stumbling all over the ring. That is like one of my favorite highlights in boxing right now. For real. Seeing Fury, and you can see it in his face, like he really is like shook. And he just bouncing all around. Oh, that felt so good. I enjoy I'm gonna look at a couple of him rocking around. I'm gonna find the fight before I lay down. But yeah, that's one of my favorite highlights. It's not even a knockout. It's just a freaking enjoyable moment in the sport I love.
And it was a terrible highlight to me because I done went against my scale and took Fury, and I'm sitting over here feeling like the biggest dumbass there is.
Not me. I'm riding right with Usyk, baby. He went out there and put hands on that big snowman, melted him down some. But you can't sleep on the snowman though.
Yeah.
Shake already said they got him coming back up pretty soon. And one thing I do believe about the Furies is they will go figure out something that's borderline honest to try to get a win off.
Yeah.
Cypher Supreme said he looking forward to the Du Bois Joshua fight. They both coming off of high performances. Well, good performances. They look good. Du Bois beat up what's his name? Big Baby Miller. Earned his respect as a fighter to me from Big Baby. Big Baby just went out there and got his hands put on him. Oh, Du Bois wasn't going out like that. And you throw in the little sister factor. Yeah, he went out there and did his thing. Anthony Joshua slept Francis Ngannou, feeling real good about that. I'm pretty sure it's time for him to get back on the horse and be who he is. He should be. I'm looking forward to be a good fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of leaning a little bit toward Du Bois, even though everything telling me I shouldn't be doing it. But I'm kind of leaning toward him just because I feel like he got a little more. He got something to prove maybe against Joshua. But I could be drawing too much off of the face off that they be having, so I won't. I reserve my judgment of who I think gonna win till later. Yeah, I thought Du Bois.
Hey, man, I'm about to go ahead and jump out though, man.
Okay, bro. You want to say something to the family?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. You let me get on. Salute to the chat, and y'all check out the fights this weekend and shit, man. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
Yeah.
Salute to you. Peace.
Yeah.
He said, I was already answering that. Du Bois, Joshua. Yeah. My boy AI Music said, I thought Du Bois would beat Joshua 6 years ago. I don't think so now, though. Joshua has improved too much now. And Cypher Supreme say, I'm one of those people who believe Usyk, who believe that he beat Usyk to the body. That shit was legit. Oh, you talking about when Du Bois dropped him? The boxing gods didn't feel like it was his time yet, and he still had to go through a little something. So that's what they made him do. I'm not saying that AJ ain't improved, but I ain't, I have learned the lesson about going against my boy the Kane. But when it's time to throw rocks, I will. But yeah, I can see the improvement in AJ and what he's doing. He seemed to be soaking up the knowledge between the trainers that he's been messing with. I just felt like at the moment, I just kind of feel like I haven't, I don't have a decision made before it's all over with. That Du Bois might just, maybe he want what AJ got. He hungry for that. He could be that dude. AJ might have to fend that off. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying, what if Du Bois is like, yeah, I want what you got, bro. Yeah, it sucked, but you know what I mean. Well, as we always say, as I always do, I told you I got to go. I'm going in at what, 4? Then let me off at 12. If I go in at 3, I can get off at 11. Then I can say I came home in the morning because I want to mess with my yard. So with that being said, I guess I'm going to say peace to my brothers and my sisters out there. I appreciate everybody coming in. As always, family, I appreciate y'all coming through. For those of you who will be listening to us later, I appreciate that too. Go ahead and hit the like button for us. I got something coming up. He erased it, but I'm going to have to re-put it together that we're going to come together for on the family. So with that being said, great talking to you. Peace up. Hey, you still got my information. Hit me up, bro. Hit me up. Cypher Supreme, yeah, hit me up. If you still got my information, hit me up. But other than that, I appreciate talking to everybody. I guess I'll take us out with what I brought us in with. We're gonna give our brother Irv H, aka Date, as he's lovingly called by his brother of over 30 years, Gil Coles, a moment of silence. Then I'm gonna play a track, and then we will be out. Peace. We out.